Uh, 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 uh. How's everybody doing, man? I got a great show for you guys tonight, man. Great show for you guys tonight, man. Woo, man. Yeesh. Got a great show for you guys tonight. Salute to everybody watching on Rumble. Uh, 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 uh. We up in this bitch. Google. Google. Let's see. Okay, yeah, that's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for. Uh, 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 uh. Our Nation Hall of Famer Nate Ways, man, in the building, man. Nate Ways in the building. We have a great show, man. Uh, 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 uh. Woo. I saw the sun. 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 And it opened up my eyes. I saw the sun. Uh, yeah, man. It's the bass joint, man. I'm a 90s baby, man. Well, I ain't a 90s baby, but that's when I grew up, man. I saw the sun. I saw the sun. I saw the sun. And it opened up my eyes. I saw the sun. Oh man, salute to everybody, man. We about to get into it, man. Damn, I wish I had put up my hoodie on, man. I'm kind of frigid down this motherfucker. I should have put my goddamn hoodie on. God damn. I don't know what the hell I was thinking coming down here with no hoodie. Let me see if I got a shirt over here, man. Ugh. Nah, man. gonna have to go upstairs, man. Quick. I'm quick. I'm quick. Ah! Ah! What's up? Oh, great show tonight, man. Great show, man. Great show tonight, man. Let's go ahead and get started, man. Uh, oh man, we got some new names up here. I never seen this name before. SD. Salute to SD, man. I never seen this name up here before. Yeah, man. I'd be loving to see the new names, man. The new Op Nation, man. Op Nation is ever evolving, man. We taking immigrants, man. We taking immigrants, man. We taking refugees, man. SD said there's no solutions. These people, man. What you mean these people? Yeah, man. You gotta be careful what you say around the sun man, man. Sun man easily offended, man. Sun man easily offended if you a glider, man. If you a glider, Sun man got thin skin, man. Sun man skin thin. If you a glider. Mm, mm, mm. I got a couple things that's stuck in my craw, man. I gotta get off my chest, man. I got a couple things stuck in my craw. I gotta get off my chest, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, y'all. I got a couple things stuck in my craw, man. This shit right here, This shit right here pisses me off, man. You know, I love seeing, anybody do well, man. But the brothers, man, salute to the brother, man. I remember Byron Allen, man. He had that show that came on at like 2 o'clock in the morning with all the comedians on it. He'd just be sitting there laughing and shit. Byron Allen ain't tell no jokes. He just sit there laughing the whole time. Um, but it's just bizarre, man. This shit is just bizarre. Okay, like at some point we got to stop this shit, man. Shit just getting bizarre, man. Um, this brother right here, man, right? And salute to this brother, man. I love this brother, man. He doing his thing, man. Salute to him, man. Doing his thing, man. He doing his thug thizzle, man. I ain't mad at him, man. I promise I ain't mad at him. Hit one if you believe that I ain't mad at this dude, man. Hit two if you think that I am mad at this guy. Hit one if you think I'm mad at him. Hit two if you think I'm not mad at him. I ain't mad. I'm gonna tell you right now, man. I ain't mad at this guy, man. I'm telling you, I swear to you, man. But my problem is with the blackity black stuff, man. Because they trying to be the black people gonna buy back BET, man. Everybody support the black movement to get BET back. But why not just be a man that's buying BET? It's BET for God's sakes. Why is it a big deal that some black people is buying BET? I was like, damn, wait a second, black people don't own BET. It's called BET. And they all online talking about this shit is like Jesus came back. Moses part of the Red Sea. These some people crazy as hell. What the hell? This is like some fucking Mexicans bragging because they about to buy Telemundo or some shit. Yeah, man. Fucking goddamn Mark Anthony and goddamn George Lopez gonna buy Telemundo, everybody. Well, no shit. These niggas crazy, man. What's wrong with these niggas, man? What is wrong with these niggas, man? It's called BET. How the fuck you ain't on it in the first place, man? Tyler Perry and Byron Allen are reportedly interested. Okay, so let's just say, just for the sake of, let's say they do buy BET, right? Let's say they do buy BET, right? Let's say they do buy BET, right? Let's say Byron Allen buy BET, right? And then he motherfucking fall down, bump his head, and die, right? Who will own BET? If Byron Allen, it's 6 million ways to die, man. Choose one. If Byron, if Byron die any one of the 6 million ways it is to die. Who gonna own BT then, man? She gonna own BT. If Byron Allen died, she gonna own BT, man. Just like Kobe wife, just like Vanessa Bryant, man. So what the fuck do about it, Byron Allen on some blackity black stuff? Now listen, it's a great accomplishment for him as a man, right? Just him as a man. It's a great accomplishment that he's buying BT. But on some blackity black stuff, if you pushing it as a blackity black achievement, if you pushing it down our throats like it's a blackity black achievement, pause, it's what the fuck? If this nigga fall down the steps, man, and bump his head, goddamn Barbara Streisand here going on, she gonna own fucking BT, man. So what the fuck are we talking about, man? Just say Byron Allen buying BT. The businessman, the American businessman Byron Allen is buying BT. You ain't gotta do all that blackity black shit with it, man. You ain't gotta do all that blackity black shit, man. Byron Allen, the American businessman, the great American businessman, is interested in buying BT. And if you buy it, that's great. But I don't need this to be some blackity black thing, like black people, man, black excellent, man. No, man. If he fucking have a heart attack, this who own BT. This is gonna be your new owner of BT. So what the fuck, man? Just say the great American businessman Byron Allen owns BET, man. It's simple, man. Niggas do too much, man. Niggas be doing too much, man. God damn it. They can't just leave it alone, man. Just leave it alone, man. Stop this shit, man. These niggas, man. These niggas irritating, man. God damn, these some irritating niggas, man. A black man on such and such, man. Yeah, right. Them interracial relationships never work out, man. Them high profile interracial relationships, them high profile ones, they will never work out. You might as well say that she owned B. You might as well just say this shit crazy, man. Salute to Hank Hill, man. Hank Hill, man. Salute to you, man. Salute to all the new people, man. I'm seeing new names, man. I love seeing old names. I love seeing new names, man. And salute to Miss Berry too. Salute to Miss Berry coming through. I love seeing old names. I love seeing new names, man. These niggas crazy, man. What's wrong with these niggas, man? Here we go again, too. Former Apple exec Larry Jackson launches a $1 billion backed media and music company. Gamma roster includes And they all online talking about black and look at black excellence, man. Black, we gonna own our own $1 billion media music company. Black, man, black and black. Look at how we do, man. We built the pyramids. Now we got a music company, man. Nah, man, don't do that shit, man. Just say American businessman, Larry Jackson is starting a $1 billion media music company. That's all you gotta say, man. You ain't gotta sell it as no blackity black thing, man. Okay? You ain't gotta sell it as no blackity black thing. American businessman Larry Jackson is starting a $1 billion media company. Because if Larry Jackson bump his goddamn head, fucking Ming Ling here gonna own fucking the black media company. Ming Ling gonna own the black media company, man. Stop selling this shit to us as blackity black shit, man. You a fucking American, man. It's America, man. You ain't on no blackity black shit, man. Nigga, I got a black wife. Y'all, how many times y'all hear me talking about look at my black wife, y'all. I'm the black channel. This is a black YouTube channel, man. Black news. I got a black wife, man. Whole black child, man. I don't be talking all that blackity black shit. We got a new $1 billion black entertainment company, man. Oh, hello? My producer's in my ear. Oh, Larry Jackson fell and bumped his head and died? Okay, y'all. So now, let me correct that. We have a $1 billion Asian media company. Earlier in the show we said that it was a $1 billion black company, but due to some unforeseen events, we would like to make a correction. Gamma is now a $1 billion Asian owned company. These niggas are crazy, man. What's wrong with these niggas, man? Always trying to sell us some blackity black shit. This American company. You starting an American company, nigga. You starting an American company, American music company, nigga. That's what you doing, man. You starting a great American company, man. Salute to you, bro. Salute to Astor J, man. Astor J says funny, not funny, man. Yeah, man. You starting a American company, man. Look at these black people crazy as hell. It's time for unity and take over. Look at this sister right here. Look at this sister right here. Look at her. Look at this sister right here. Look what she wrote. Look what this sister wrote. Look what this sister wrote underneath the title, man. Look what this sister wrote, man. Let me show you what that sister wrote, man. It's time for unity to take over it in our culture because we created this. Look at this sister. I love us. It's our time. Look at this sister right here. Peachy Nisi say, it's time, black people. Let's get it on our own world. What's wrong with these crazy ass sisters, man? We need more Larry Jacksons in the world. It's definitely our time. Yeah, and if fucking Larry Johnson have a heart attack, Ming Ling gonna own the damn company. So what the fuck is y'all talking about? What's wrong with y'all niggas, man? Y'all niggas crazy, man. Man. These niggas are crazy, man. Listen, when I tell you black people are crazy, man, I'm telling y'all don't be believing me. Black people are crazy, man. Look how crazy black people are, right? How many of y'all know Willie D, man? Willie D, great rapper, man. Legendary rapper, man. From Houston, man. But now he's a political activist on YouTube, man. He calls himself the Coon Hunter. Willie D calls himself the Coon Hunter. He hunts coons, man. He hunts down coons. Yeah, Willie D hella woke, man. Willie D, he called himself the Coon Hunter. He hunts coons, man. So I mean, I don't got no beef with him, but you know, I know if he must ain't seen my channel yet. Don't show Willie D my channel, y'all. Don't show the Coon Hunter my channel, man. I ain't fuck that shit, man. Don't show him my channel. But so this video circulate. He posted this. Hold on. Let me refresh this, man.
So take everything out of your bag and put it on there now. Okay. And get out. Okay. Seriously, everything. Okay. Calm down. Don't tell me to calm down. Mm-hmm. Do you have anything in your bag? What bag? In your purse? You have nothing?
This is loss prevention agent. The loss prevention agent at the store.
Do not have nothing. Like those kinds of things? Yeah, just dump it out. It's empty. Are you joking?
I have stuff in there too.
Your whole purse is full of this stuff. You think I wasn't gonna? No.
You're touching it. You just ripped my jacket.
Give me the stuff.
What? Oh my God, get off me. You're
ripping my jacket.
I don't care. You're assaulting me. Hey, you're assaulting her. You're assaulting me.
I'm calling your office.
Ow.
Call him right now. Call him right now.
Oh my God, you ripped my bag.
Hey, stop. Get out.
Oh, don't hurt me.
Get out.
Just don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. I'm bored. Oh, stop hurting me.
Call the police.
So Willie D, he liked this video, and so do all his people. You know what I'm saying? But think about it. If this was a black woman, man, could you imagine if that was a black woman? Could you imagine if that was a black woman? Nah, that ain't fake. That's how the loss prevention officers really look, man. Loss prevention officers wear street clothes, man. You ain't know that? Loss prevention officers wear street clothes. They don't wear fucking uniforms and no shit like that. Loss prevention. I was very good friends with the loss prevention officers at Home Depot. Very good friends with them, man. They wear street clothes, man. Because when they see you stealing on the camera, they come out there and they just sit there and watch you. You think it's another customer. You think it's another customer. It's the wrong time as a loss prevention agent, man. Oh, man. But it's funny how the narrative changed. If this was a black woman, it would be fucking It'll be goddamn hell Armageddon if this pink haired lady was a black woman.
Instead of recording me, call the police.
Oh, pour it out, please. You read my book. I'll pour it out.
Dump it out right now.
I will.
I'm not letting go.
I will pour it out.
I'm not letting go. Dump it out.
Stop running. I'm dumping it out. Can I get my cup? Oh my God.
Look how much shit she
Take
has.
a butchers and leave.
This is not okay.
Yeah, you know what else is not okay? Steal.
Yeah, man. If that was a black woman, it'd be hell to pay right now. Let me drop the link, man. Let me drop the link, man. Let me drop the link, man. Oh. I think I wanna learn ya. Don't that tonight. Let me see. Where am I? Wicked in the building, man. What's up, Wicked?
Yo, what up, big dog? Ain't shit. You know, one of those days, no big deal.
Yeah, man, I'm hanging, man.
How about you? What's the word?
Man, everything's cool, man. I'm in here, you know, just bringing the news, man. Hey, Bill, man, you got the night off, Bill. Bill, man, goddamn, Bill. Bill, I'm gonna give you the night off, Bill. You good tonight, man. Take the night off, man. God damn. We need, yeah, man, take the night off.
Yo,
Bill.
what do you do?
No, he cool, man. Just like, god damn, man. You know, I don't want him to get overexposed, man. I'm doing that for him, man. I don't want him to get on my fucking nerves, man. You can start getting on my nerves, man. Then I'm next thing you know, I fucking banned you and shit. I'm trying to save Bill, man, from getting on my motherfucking nerves. Nah, Wicked welcome every night, man. Wicked is an all-star, man. Wicked all Mayo, AP, Brown Sugar, Fisherman, all of them is all-stars, man. Johnny Reb, I hope, damn, I should have never started naming because now I can release somebody else.
King XY?
Yeah, man. What's going on, man? What's up, Hank Hill? What's going on? Hank Hill? You muted, Hank Hill. Unmute yourself. Yeah, Marcy.
Oh, I didn't unmute myself.
Yeah, go ahead. Let me give Bill a wrench, man, so Bill can have something to do, man, in the chat, man. Bill, I need you to be join the Scorpion Squad, man. We'll put Bill on the Scorpion Squad, man.
Can you hear the clicking? Because my mouse and my keyboard, I just want to make sure that.
Yeah, I can hear you, man. Just don't do that. Just mute yourself when you are not talking. What's going on, man? How you doing? What's the word?
With me?
Yeah.
I was eager to join the chat because I had a thing that was like an addendum to the story that you did yesterday about the woman in OC that had the bullying story. She's got a big following on TikTok.
Oh, would you have her TikTok?
I do, and I sent you an email, and it should have come very recently. It should be at like the top of your inbox.
Okay.
From I think my name appears as Hank Hill. It's not my real name. Obviously.
What is it Mr.? Does your name begin with Mr.? Hold on.
No, it should show up as Hank Hill in your email. but she has like millions of impressions on TikTok.
I don't see no Hey Kill. I'm looking for you.
Hold on, let me do this.
Send it now, man.
All right. I sent it at 10:54 to Akintunde Live at Gmail.
Send it to Akintunde Live 2.
Oh,
Akintunde Live 2 at
right. I'm gonna
gmail.com.
forward that. Akintunde Live 2.
2, yeah. 2, man. Yeah, that we ain't got no problem looking at that big old booty once again, man.
Yeah, she's got some clout that it wasn't apparent from her Twitter. Because what I did was I searched her name on Twitter to see like more info about the stories, and then her name pops up as a Twitter, and she like just started a Twitter account, and she has like 0 followers on Twitter, but she has mad followers on TikTok.
Yeah, that's how it be, man. Different platforms. People do better on different platforms. Like I'm good on YouTube, but I cannot get fucking Twitter or I just can't get no traction on these other fucking platforms, man.
I almost think that I sent, and that's part of the text and the email that I sent to you, is I think that sometimes with TikTok that shit is fake, because it seems like there's users that it's like I don't understand how they have millions of followers, but they can't get that going on any other website.
Nah, it's like that. It's hard to transfer because people want to see what you want. Like, for instance, it's people online who have on YouTube that have gotten hundreds of thousands of followers from doing YouTube shorts, those little 1-minute videos or those 10-second videos they do on YouTube.
I know that's
they get hundreds of thousands of followers on those things. And then they drop a long form video, like a 10-minute video, and it gets 20 views because nobody wants to see. Nobody want to see you. They only signed up for your shit to see your fucking your little 10, 20-second video, quippy little shit. They don't want to see you talk for no 10 minutes because that's not what they signed up for. So I'm telling you, man, people, it's not surprising that people do well on certain platforms that don't do well on others, man. This is.
I can give you a clue onto one of the videos that's kind of more like, if you look at the one next to the girl in the green shirt, that's her daughter that she's filming. But the one to the right of that is the one where she went to the school.
All right, let me play this.
She met with all of the like administrators. You'll want to skip, if you can, about a minute in, because a lot of it is her just filming like getting into
Good, how are you?
All right.
Hi, I'm going to be recording the conversation as well.
So we're actually.
This is her meeting with the administrators.
All right, man. At some point, you have to be quiet.
We were talking about students, and we want to make sure that we're protecting our students.
We're not going to say any names.
So I'm asking that you not record the conversation. I would prefer that because we want to be able to have really open dialogue with you. That is what I'm asking.
Well, I want to record the whole conversation because almost at 1 million views on TikTok with all this going viral. My daughter I feel like there's nothing been happening in the last 24 hours, you know?
And that is why we've asked you to come. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I want to be able to have a really, really open conversation with you and understand what is going on so we can get to the root.
I'll stop recording.
Well, you gotta remember, man.
Yeah.
Mom want clout, man. Mom ain't interested in in her daughter. That woman don't give a damn about what her daughter goes. She cares as far as that's my daughter type shit. Like she care like, nah, these motherfuckers got the wrong one. They fucking with my daughter. But she don't really like care about her daughter. All this is for her.
Oh yeah.
The
administrators are interested in the privacy of the child. literally a fifth grader.
Yeah.
It is the perpetrator involved in this, and that's what they're doing. They she posts, there's one of these, I think it's the one to the left actually of the girl in the green, and that's the cease and desist letter that the family sent a cease and desist letter to the woman on behalf of the fifth grade kid, saying like, hey, stop harassing our fifth grade kid.
All right, let me play it.
It's there it is.
So I got a cease and desist letter from this little boy, I guess, and from him. I never posted his picture or video, so I don't know what the hell they're talking about. But here it is. So hey, do what you guys have to do.
Do what you guys have to do.
Cease and desist letter.
Well,
that means attack him. That's what that means. When you say do what you have to do, that means find him and attack him. Fucking miserable bitch. I hate this lady so much.
A racist and hateful attack. When he didn't touch her. When he didn't lay a finger on her.
Yo, I sent her a message and I said, what do you think of the six-year-old kid that shot a woman and isn't getting charged for it? Like, do you think that's a travesty? Probably not, because he's a black kid.
Yeah,
and
right.
He probably would be like, nah, he's just a kid though. And it's like, he shot a woman and you're probably going to defend his fucking, future to be like insane criminal person.
Hold on.
Worse.
Let me put this. Did I put the link in the did I put the link in the, I didn't put the link in the my bad, guys. I didn't put the link in the description. Link in the description, man. Link is in the description box. Yes. So let's get to our boy Colin, man. Let me get to show you Colin. We're gonna get to the Mexican 4, man. to the Mexican American 4, man.
Can I say one thing about school things? Because you said something yesterday in the chat that it just was profound, that the schools don't shut down when fights happen, like legit things, like, because she's trying to make it like the school should all shut down just because some kid was rude to her daughter. Allegedly, right. But you were saying, a whole fight could break out and the school isn't going to shut down. Where I'm from, there was legitimately a school shooting that took place on school grounds, and they did not do a lockdown. It happened early in the morning, and there was a kid who,
How old are you, man? How old are you?
I'm 35.
Yeah, in our day, they didn't lock shit down for stuff like that in our day. These lockdowns are a relatively new thing.
No, but I'm not talking about a fight. I'm talking about a school shooting. Didn't cause a school lockdown.
Yeah,
they had a school shooting, but because no one got hit by the bullets, they actually just didn't lock down the school and didn't make a big deal out of it at all.
Yeah. All right. Let's see Colin Kapernick, man. Colin Kaepernick, man.
Fucking pissed me off.
I know my parents love me.
I'm grateful.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit. I hate his fucking ass.
But there were still very problematic things that I went through. I think it was important to show that, no, this can happen in your own home, and how we move forward collectively while addressing the racism that is being perpetuated.
He took cues.
So he's accusing these lovely people who picked him up from the fucking puppy pound of being racist, wicked, man. You see this shit? This fucking piece of shit. This guy's a piece of shit, man. I hate him, man.
From his icon, basketball star Allen Iverson, who he said wore his blackness like a suit of armor. And teenage
Allen Iverson didn't wear his blackness as a suit of armor. Allen Iverson is just black. That's like saying that I'm wearing my blackness as a suit of armor. No, motherfucker. I rolled out of the bed. I'm like Beyonce. I woke up like this. I woke up like this, motherfucker. You could tell he's a fucking weirdo biracial. He talking about some Allen Iverson wore his blackness like a suit of armor. No, the fuck he didn't. Iverson just fucking rolled out of bed, you fucking weirdo.
Kaepernick wanted cornrows to match. He's getting what roles? His mom asked.
Oh, your hair's not professional. Oh, you look like a little thug.
And you know what? My mom said shit like that too. When I was a kid, my mom, I remember I wanted to get a pager because, or beepers, they would call them. Called beepers or pagers. I think this is like the early 90s. And I wanted one, and my mother was like, "Hell nah, you ain't getting no pager, motherfucker. You out here looking like a drug dealer."
I
Hell no.
I hate so much that thug got turned into the N word because it just opened the door to everything can be the N word. Once thug was allowed to be like a synonym to the N word, it meant like any time you're doing something incorrect or bad, it means you're calling me the N word.
Yep. Salute to what's going on? True, who's Truth? Truth, who are you?
What's up? What's up? What's up with it, man? I was just reading your thumbnail, bro, about these 4 Americans that went down there to Mexico.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that in a little bit, man.
Bet.
Hey, but the whole Kaepernick shit, right? It's akin to all the microaggressions. The microaggressions, they're killing each other in the stand, bro.
Right. This is he grew up in Turlock. First, he lived in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, which is I think 4% black. Then, at the age of 1, these good old white people. The father got a job at a big cheese company out in California, vice president of a $1 billion company. They make cheese. I forgot what they call, but then it's not Kraft, but it's another competitor of Kraft. And he's the vice president out there making buku money. So they moved to Turlock, California. 1% black. This dude lived in a town that was 1% black. And he's biracial, and his parents left him at the puppy pound when he was a baby. This dude got big issues, man.
Your mom said that too.
Yeah. And those become spaces where it's like, okay, how do I navigate this situation now? But it also is informed why I have my hair long today. I know my parents love me, but there were still very problematic things that I went through. I think it was important to show that, no, this can happen in your own home, and how we move forward collectively while addressing the racism that is being perpetuated.
He took cues from his icon, basketball star Allen Iverson, who he said wore his blackness like a suit of armor. And teenage Kaepernick wanted cornrows to match. He's getting what roles? His mom asked.
Oh, your hair's not professional. Oh, you look like a little.
She said, listen, you see how he's shitting on his parents? Because last year he was shitting on them too. I forgot what he said last year, but he dropped the Netflix. Yeah, they dropped the Netflix movie, and he was shitting on his parents in the Netflix movie. Now he's doing a graphic novel shitting on them. Listen, man. This guy's a fucking piece of shit, man.
Hey,
He's a fucktard.
I think about it. Think about it. If
That's
this
crazy,
is
bro.
if this is the white people being racist, they suck at it because they adopted this little black kid, right?
Watch this. This is his birth mother, Wicked. His birth mother.
Welcome back to my adoption journey, A Beautiful Mess. I'm Heidi Rousseau-Allen, and we're going to continue talking about the point where I found out I got pregnant and how I moved through that. The point I found out, I had told Jeff, Colin's biological father, that I was pregnant and he wants nothing to do with me or this baby or anything. So I I knew pretty much that I did not want to have an abortion. I couldn't do that. Yeah.
So the dad, she went to the dad and said, "Hey, son, man, you knocked me up." Some man was like, "Man, shit, man."
Damn. So even her then, she's so racist. She let her brother nut in her.
Yeah, she let her brother nut in her, and then
bro, that's weird, bro. That's
and she didn't
weird.
abort his baby. And then here's the thing: this motherfucker is. If you ask him about his birth father, I bet you he would talk about him with reverence. Oh, he's a black man in America navigating this racial world, so he didn't force to give me up. He do all that bullshit. But these white people that fucking took him in, hey man, you gotta mute yourself, man. These black people that took him in out the puppy pound, he fucking shitting on them, man.
Or even her that gave him life.
Yeah.
48 now, the road to the championship, the big game now, just 3 days away.
Can't believe it. KCR3.
This back in the day, this 2011, back 2012, back before he got woke.
Lisa Gonzalez is live in
back
New
when he was the
Orleans,
starting
and she's
quarterback.
right outside the hotel where I know it's so hard to tell where the 49ers are staying, just a stab in the dark.
I know. And if you didn't notice by the big picture of Vernon Davis and Colin Kaepernick, maybe it's because we just saw Colin Kaepernick drive. He was been driven in here and he just got out and entered the hotel, I would say 4 minutes ago. They're actually getting ready for a press conference right now. The team is. But yes,
Nice.
we just saw Colin. And guess what? His parents, Rick and Teresa Kaepernick, are also here. They got here a couple days ago, staying just a couple blocks away from here. And I caught up with them yesterday to see how they're preparing for their son, the quarterback, going to take the stage really in the NFL's biggest game, the Super Bowl. And just like Colin on the football field, Rick and Teresa Kaepernick, they are keeping their cool composure ahead of the big game. But they do say it is all a little surreal, especially seeing huge pictures of him around town like this one we showed you at the hotel. Now, for the Kaepernicks, this week is all about football and family. They have 15 people joining them, most of them relatives from Wisconsin.
It's an experience you just kind of want to go to and soak in. And as parents of a player, I just really want to enjoy it. And, I've been starting to tell people, well, you know what, I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can do that. I'm just going to enjoy it and just kind of walk around and enjoy family.
They seem like nice people, don't they?
Hillmar Cheese Company.
Hillmar Cheese Company. Thank you, man. The Hillmar Cheese Company. This is the vice president of the Hillmar Cheese Company. This guy makes fucking high six figures, man. He's rolling in dough. Colin didn't ever want for nothing.
Enjoy it and just kind of walk around and enjoy family.
They say Colin is focused on winning, and so are they. But his mom, Teresa, said she did have one concern.
I guess probably making sure that all of the guys, the whole team, is able to stay focused. And, this city has a lot to offer and a lot of
Yeah, he's been shitting on this woman for fucking a couple of years. Telling everybody anybody who will listen. He's telling anybody who will listen that this woman's a fucking racist. Cause he wanted to wear braids and she was like, nah.
She was trying to give him standards.
Like I've heard the coaches say, I gotta keep these kids, but I think they are. Mm-hmm. So it's not too big of a concern.
So again, they say Colin is focused. They know he's focused, and they're just excited to be here and be there with their family. Now, speaking of the Kaepernicks, Colin's older sister and older brother will be arriving today with their spouse.
His older white brother and older white sister. No, there's no talk of step. There's no talk of step. There's no talk of he's fully. Hey man, you gotta mute yourself, man. He's fully family. He's fully family, man. He's 1,000% family.
Spouses, and they are actually flying in on the team's chartered flight that comes in from San Francisco. Reporting live from New Orleans, Lisa Gonzalez, KCRA3 reports.
All right, pretty cool stuff there. Thank you, Lisa.
Yeah,
one thing since the time I was young.
One thing that his parents couldn't give him is that true, authentic Blackistanian experience.
Exactly. That's what he wanted. Let me tell you something, man. You want that until you get it. because it moves fast. I mean, it's like quicksand, man.
Right. Yo, what do the black folks say? Everybody want to be black until it's time to be black.
Hey, listen, man, it's like quicksand. You step your foot in that, next thing you know, you stick your other foot, try to pull the other foot out. Next thing, both foot stuck. And listen, man, you that man, Pakistan will swallow you up whole.
He doesn't want to be in it. He just wants to profit off of it.
Yeah, exactly.
My dad's told me since the time I was young, if you have to tell people how good you are,
How good really are you? And I think he lived by that.
don't let anybody tell you what you
My dad
can and can't do. That's something my mom told me.
Look at that close cut, man. Look at that close cut, man.
From a young age, my dad told me from a young age, and that's always resonated with me.
And Colin
At 9 months.
Like any family, parents pass down words of wisdom to their children.
They got his ass, I think he was, 15 days old? He was a little teeny little baby when they picked him up from the puppy pound.
But for the Kaepernicks, their lessons in resilience stem from the very way the family was built.
I had always wanted children right away.
High school sweethearts, Rick and Teresa married young and had their first son, Kyle. They dreamed of having a big family.
After Kyle was Lance, and Lance passed away at 23 days of age from heart defects. And after Lance was Kent, he passed away at 4 days of age.
Wow. They lost 2 fucking kids. We're not talking about stillbirths. We're talking about live births, and then the baby dies.
That's that white privilege, right, Art?
I know, man. Definitely, man. White privilege, man. Doctor couldn't save the baby, man. This is, man. That's tough, man. They went through a lot. So this is the story. So that this is why they ended up adopted.
Congenital heart defects. So
I feel bad for this woman. Everyone, like, if you go to the comment sections on Instagram on the posts for this shit that Colin be putting out, they're dragging this woman, man. And this woman, she seems like a very, very good woman, man. I'm not, like, I don't know her personally, but I get the feeling that she's a very good woman.
And she gave him everything. Everything she could.
Except for braids. The only thing she didn't give him was braids. And he's fucking her over for it.
At age 25, we already had 2 children buried, and we already knew where our cemetery plots were. So you tend to grow up really fast when that happens.
But the Kaepernicks still held on to their dream. And finally, Teresa gave birth to Devin, their second healthy child. But with the birth came bad news.
we had some genetic counseling when I was pregnant with Devin, and found out there was a high incidence of heart defects in our family. So we decided that we just could not have any more children, and maybe in the future we would adopt. So we waited 6 years before we actually adopted.
And in 1987, they adopted a baby.
A little ungrateful, I hate to talk about babies like this, but look at that little ungrateful. You can tell he's a little ungrateful motherfucker just with his baby picture, man.
Where we actually adopted.
Think about all the babies that was at the puppy pound, and they choose the one that was gonna grow up to be an ungrateful fucking piece of shit. This family had a tough road, man. This woman had she lost 2 babies, then she adopted an ungrateful fucking piece of shit that was gonna fucking tell everybody she's a fucking racist. Salute to Aster J, man. Salute to David, man. Aster J says, this shit making my blood boil. Ungrateful piece of shit. Yeah, man. This motherfucker, this woman could have picked up any fucking baby. It was plenty of glider babies at fucking the puppy pound in Wisconsin back in the 80s. There was plenty of glider babies. She picked up this fucking biracial baby that the Sun Man didn't want, man.
And what Whiny Baby's really mad at is his own father for not wanting him.
Right.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If I was them and my kid did that, I wish he fucking would.
Right. But these people are nice. He can take advantage of them because they're nice.
Years before we actually adopted.
And in 1987, they adopted a baby named Colin.
he was 5 weeks, 6 weeks old, and then you're getting a child, and it's like birth.
They handed him to me, and it's just kind of an overwhelming feeling. It's, I think both of us, we just cried.
And from the very beginning, the Kaepernicks, who lived in a predominantly white community, worked hard to help their son embrace what made him different.
I remember him holding his arm up to mine and comparing our colors, and I was like, "Oh, that's not fair. You've got such a nice, pretty brown color, and I'm so white," So, trying to make him feel good about himself. And
did we supposed to believe that this woman is literally fucking Marge Shot? And it's I just don't get that sense from her. I don't get that. Listen, man, I've done fucking thousands and thousands. I don't know, 10,000 videos maybe on YouTube. I'm not getting the sense that this woman is some hell spawned evil racist just walking around the house fucking spewing fucking racism all over.
Kaepernick is at best deeply tanned.
She's
more Arab than black.
She's racist
unless
by
he blows his hair out.
She's racist by the definition of
you are breaking up quite a bit. You might need to go out and come back in. Sometimes StreamYard screws up.
All right.
But yeah, this is I want to do a poll, man. Let me pause. Let me make a poll, man, because I want to know, man, what the people think, man.
While you're doing the poll, what about the black radio show host and entrepreneur there with the Epoch Times, Larry Elder?
What about him?
Yeah. Isn't he a black voice there?
Oh yeah.
At the beginning of the show.
Yeah. This shit is crazy.
Hey, ain't skinfolk. He ain't kinfolk. He's skinfolk, huh?
Yeah, he ain't. No, he's definitely not kinfolk. Larry Elder? Oh, fuck no. Fuck no. They hate that shit. Larry Elder ain't safe, man.
He has no invite to the cookout.
Nah. Nope.
And he doesn't care about being invited to that cookout.
Right. No, he doesn't care. Nope, doesn't give a fuck. I'll put a poll up, man. Pause. I just put the poll up, man.
Why, So, trying to make him feel good about himself.
The white community worked hard to help their son embrace what made him different.
I remember him holding his arm up to mine and comparing our colors, and I was like, "Oh, that's not fair. You've got such a nice, pretty brown color, and I'm so white," So, trying to make him feel good about himself, and which he certainly did.
We've went through the fro, we went through the cornrows, we've done all of that.
Sure.
So, but that's who he is, and so that was kind of.
We went through the fro and we went through the cornrows. So they said he had them. But I guess that's not as good a story. That's not as good of a story.
These people are considered racist by the microaggression standard.
It's pretty bad, Hank. You're pretty bad.
It's still bad?
Yes.
The headphones that I'm using are terrible then, so I'm going to disconnect.
Dreadful. Your shit is dreadful. Horrid.
It'd be a shame if somebody clipped this and then dropped that onto some of those streams where he's talking about that and let them see it for themselves how they talked about him. And it's like they went through that they dealt with that. They let him do it. They let him have his freedom, and now he's coming back and shitting on him for not supporting him fully on that. It's like, wait a minute. They let you do it.
What happened was they probably were didn't want to do it, but he was adamant about wanting it, and they were probably like, all right, fucking go ahead and do it. and now 20 years later, now that he's fucking woke and he hates white people, he's reimagining it. Like they talk about reimagining policing and shit and all that shit. He reimagining it.
Right. I bet you argue I bet you his parents maybe, and it's fair that they said, why do they behave that way? And it traumatized Kaepernick.
Yeah. But there were none of them around there, so they would have never. It wasn't no black people in Turlock, California. It was just like on burritos and whites and tigers. So salute, man. Make sure you hit the PayPal, Cash App, Super Chat. Where else you gonna get this, man? Where else you gonna get the real, both sides of the story? I'm talking about both sides of the story, man.
Stephen A. Smith.
Real shit, not the bullshit they spinning. The real shit. This motherfucker, this woman, this is a good woman, man. Pick this fucking piece of shit up out of the puppy pound, and look at what the fuck she's got to deal with now, man.
We've went through the fro, we went through the cornrows, we've done all of that.
Sure.
So, but that's who he is, and so that was kind of a fun time trying to find those barbershops.
That was kind of a fun time trying to find those barbershops.
In other words, I supported him by taking him to places to get those done, and there were none in the area. So they had to drive probably 30 minutes, 40 minutes to go find places to do that.
Damn.
That doesn't sound like they didn't support him.
Damn.
Salute to Doug G, man. Doug G says, hi, Op. First, thanks for the pause from Bill tonight. Yeah, man, Bill gotta take it easy, man. But Bill's still cool, man. He just, come on. Second, thanks for showing what a tool Colin Kaepernick is. Yeah, man, he's a piece of shit. This kid's a piece of shit, man. And these people are probably so dumb, they'd probably be mad. If I said this, they'd probably be fucking mad. Don't talk about our son like that. And I'd be like, all right, my bad. I would respect them. They seem like nice people. I'd be like, all right, I ain't gonna talk about
They've been suspiciously quiet, like they don't want to jump into that and tear him down, even though that he's tearing them down.
Yeah, man.
Rose, we've done all of that. Sure. So, but that's who he is, and so that was kind of a fun time trying to find those barbershops.
Early on, Colin chose football as his sport, even though he also excelled in baseball and basketball. Even though he was drafted.
I'm telling you now, I grew up with a single mom, so my mom worked. Shuttling for a kid to be a star in 3 sports, that's a mom that's fucking behind the wheel of a fucking drive of a car, shuttling the little kid around from place to place half her fucking life. She spent probably all of her whatever the years that he was coming up behind the wheel of a car, sitting in the stands at a fucking game, or fucking back and forth to fucking practice.
And she was his #1 fan.
Because you can't be a star in 3 sports without the support, man. Somebody's got to take you to practice. Somebody's got to pick you up. Somebody's got to buy you all these gloves and fucking cleats and fucking shoes and goddamn shoulder pads and shit.
And Dad was at work, so that was her.
And Dad was busting his hump, working for a fucking, I think it's a $2 billion company. So his nights were long, and he was busting his hump, working to provide for the family. So he had a real job. He wasn't fucking a cashier at Kroger's. This guy was fucking working long hours and shit. And then mom's fucking shuttling you back and forth, baking you cookies and shit. And then you grow up and shit on her, you fucking prick.
Trying to find those barbershops.
Early on, Colin chose football as his sport, even though he also excelled in baseball and basketball. Even though he was drafted by the Chicago Cubs in 2009. Even though only one college took a chance on him.
I'll never forget how many teams wrote me and said, well, you can walk on if you want, but we don't have a scholarship for you.
Should have gone
My
baseball
coaches
then.
tell me,
Yeah, this guy was drafted by the Chicago Cubs. So we're talking about a guy who just, I mean, come on, man. Had he just said fuck football, he would have had a great life. Being a fucking baseball player.
You can be a baseball player for 20 years. You get to tour around, see all the different cities. You work half the day.
No CTE.
That's a great life.
Yeah.
couldn't play because I wasn't competitive enough. I didn't have a strong enough arm. Basically, every excuse in the book why I couldn't play. People were constantly telling me why I wasn't going to be successful.
He has a goal, and he knows what he's driving for. He won't be happy till the goal's reached.
And today, in the biggest game of all, the Kaepernicks have a chance to watch the son who fulfilled their goal, their dream, tried to achieve his own.
I'm the emotional one in the family, so win or lose, I'll be the one crying.
We think we're lucky. We think we're real lucky that we got him.
If they have,
if only you knew what was down the road. If only they knew what was down the road. Once he got around these black people and shit, the NBA, NFL and shit, and started being blacker than black, man, he threw y'all under the bus. Fuck y'all. Salute to Deluxe 247, aka Cal Ripken, aka the real MVP, coming through once again, man.
He got him. He's thinking of that movie Get Out, and he's looking at his parents like the people who were doing the slave trading auction scene. That's because he's inundated with all this
man.
And that's how he interprets his parents that brought him up, and they cherish him. It's sick.
It's obvious that all the shit he's talking about now, it couldn't be true. There's no indication, there's no evidence of it being some racial war zone, racial landmines around every fucking corner. There's no indication of that, man. Salute to Jonathan Dunn, man. He says, salute Ock in Seattle for some liberal work training. Hopefully, I can bring the pain again this weekend. Yeah, man. Stay safe in Seattle, man. Seattle, just keep your head on the swivel, man.
We think we're lucky. We think we're real lucky that we got him.
If they had lost those two kids, I probably wouldn't be part of that family right now. I love them. They've been everything for me. And
I love them. They've been everything for me.
I love them. They've been everything for me. And they still are everything for me.
He's a Kaepernick, and that's about as simple as it is.
Listen to how selfish he is, though. He gives a window. He doesn't say everything to me. He says for me. And that's just the one word. It might not mean a lot, but in light of everything we're seeing now, it speaks volumes. Because he's a selfish guy. He sees what can you do for him.
They've been everything for me. And they still are everything for me.
He's a Kaepernick, and that's about as simple as it is.
My parents know me too well. Even when I'm standing on the sideline, smiling and rooting my team on, they know that deep down it was killing me not to be on the field. My parents were always texting me, when you get your opportunity, take advantage.
It just happened in one play.
Keeper by Kaepernick, trying to stretch it outside of the 5. Clock's diving into the pylon. And touchdown 49ers. Colin Kaepernick, 30, he is gone. 50 yards, touchdown.
The 49ers are going to the Super Bowl.
I once told my dad, well, we finally have a fast Kaepernick. We had to go out of the gene pool to get him, but we got him.
Oh, so that's racist, right?
I think so.
Get out.
So they only pick
him.
Like what is he implying now when he says that? What is he implying?
Right. When you're white, let me tell you, Gladys, something. You can't joke around because this guy's probably funny. He probably like Bill or something like that. Always got a joke, but you can't do that with black people because we're so insecure that what I'm saying, and we review and we idol. You guys are such on a pedestal to us that it's like they would use that to try to say, oh, See, he saw him as an auction block, man. They saw him as a piece of meat. They try to make money. So it's like, I will tell you, gliders, man, don't. If you're not gonna do the Scott Adams method and just stay away from sons, when you're around them, keep your fucking mouth shut. Measure your words. Don't let your guard down. Don't be free and easy. You know what I'm saying? Know that every fucking word that comes out of your mouth can fucking be used against you.
We finally have a fast Kaepernick. We had to go out of the gene pool to get him, but we got him. It's been really a nice ride.
For Rick and Teresa Kaepernick, the ride that is their life has taken a few unexpected and tragic turns. Years before they adopted Colin, the couple lost a pair of infant sons to congenital heart disease, one 23 days after being born and another after only 4 days.
I never thought at age 25 that I would have 2 gravestones already in my plot pot. You grow up in a hurry, and you understand what's really important in life. I went through all the emotions. I went through being mad after we lost the boys to why me? Why does this happen? And so then when you get to this point, you go, maybe there was a reason this happened.
It's a little bit of a bittersweet thing when thinking about it because, I mean, I wish it wouldn't have happened, but at the same time, if it didn't, I wouldn't be here.
For 6 years, the Kaepernicks battled their emotions. They had 2 healthy children, a son and a daughter, but felt the need for more. Realizing the risk of conceiving another child could lead to a third heart-related death, they found another way to expand their family.
I was up north fishing, and my wife called and said, it's time to adopt.
What do you remember about the day that you brought him home?
Oh, just feeling like the family was finally complete. And he just, boom, fit right in. It was like the piece of the puzzle that was missing.
When you signed...
Yeah, because remember, he is half white. That's the thing that people always forget. Like, he is half white too. Because we always try to put the biracial person in the black box. Why wouldn't he fit in at least halfway, right?
Right,
He's
right.
half fucking white.
Yeah.
Like,
It's so fucking annoying. Like, I agree with you.
Salute to
So-
go ahead.
You were making the point about black people being sensitive. They're not just sensitive with white people; they're also sensitive with other Sunmen too, right? All you have to do is set the BAN at them, and boom, it's on, right?
Yeah, it's different though. Like they'll shoot you, they'll shoot another Sunman, but they'll fucking complain and protest over a fucking glider. And it's a different energy. But salute to Jeffrey Oliver, man. He says, "Hey, I've been a supporter since the good old car days. Yeah, man, I remember you, man. Salute to Jeffrey Oliver, day one, man. Yeah, but do you think if the world became racist, I mean real racist, to give the world a taste of what the white people could be like, do you think that would change everybody's mind today?" I think here's the thing. We're so far from that. Like, gliders are so far from it actually going there. I think right now all gliders are doing is they're starting with Scott Adams and JJ Redick and Tucker Carlson with the January 16th. Gliders are just starting to, like, it's like if I have you in a chokehold, right? And you can't breathe. And then you just get your hand like right here so you can catch your breath. I think that's where gliders are. I don't think they're out of the headlock. So it's just
that's because you're thinking of Western European gliders. You're not talking about those Eastern European ones. They ain't taking none of this stuff off people. Poland, Belarus, Russia, they ain't taking any of that.
But what about in America, though?
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're talking about. I'm talking about these Americans, man. The Anglos.
What about in America, John?
And what about your people, John?
Okay, never mind.
Too many care. I don't.
Yeah, I think gliders are just this is not like a reckoning that's going on right now. I think gliders are just getting a breath. And now once you get that first breath, you're like, now you're just trying to like, you know what I'm saying, get your energy back up. I don't think
Right,
gliders are ready.
compose
Gliders ain't.
yourself.
Nah, they not. This is fool's gold we're seeing now with all this shit. With these gliders speaking out, talking shit like JJ Redick and Scott Adams. They'll get both of those guys in line. Scott Adams and JJ Redick will be talking about systematic institutional racism before the year's
Right.
out. I promise.
Well, he said stupid shit before. JJ Redick.
Yeah.
I've heard him say woke shit before.
Oh, he's very woke. He's very woke. Very woke.
So I was kind of stunned that he did this.
Yeah. So all those guys will get
Already
back
back
in
on
line.
woke shit.
Yeah, they'll be back in line in no time. You gliders are fucked.
Already.
He
He's
just
very much back on woke shit.
Which
Scott
one are you
Adams
talking
is.
about? Oh yeah. Scott
Scott
Adams.
Adams.
Yeah.
He's completely off that.
What did he
one.
say?
He said he's back to trying to like be nice to black people and
he walked it
say
back.
that-
He walked it
yeah,
back.
he walked it back entirely.
Yeah, he
There's
walked all the way
nothing.
back. He didn't even
Oh,
like walk
shit.
it back. He walked it back to where now he's further back than where he started.
And what he doesn't understand is he's signing his death warrant because now, you don't stand by that, so no conservative is going to stand by you. So now you're canceled completely because no conservative is going to worry about you.
Here's the thing, though. It's not going to get Dilbert back in the newspapers. Dilbert still ain't coming, but Dilbert is done forever.
boom,
That's
fit
what I
right in.
mean.
It was like the
Nobody
piece of the puzzle that was missing.
fight for him either.
Yeah. Nobody's going to fight for him.
It was finally complete, and he just boom fit right in. It was like the piece of the puzzle that was missing.
When you signed your rookie deal, you said, I want to take some of this money right away and donate it to a heart charity. Why was that?
To me, it was something I felt I needed to do. I know the suffering my parents went through, and that should be something that's important to me as well.
It's been over 30 years ago now, and didn't know that he thought that much about it. It just really touched my heart.
To Colin, working with Camp Taylor, a Salida, California charity established by Kimberly Gamino, whose son Taylor was born with half a heart, is his way of showing his love for his parents.
He's a kid magnet. He comes in and the kids flock to him.
Let's give Colin a big hug.
This bigger than life, star and football player comes to spend time with them. I mean, that's acceptance on the grandest scale.
How close are you to this family?
Sorry. The Kaepernick family has shown us so much love. I think it's expected from athletes to give back in some way or another. This isn't about that. Colin knows who he is and what he stands for.
Colin knows who he is and what he stands for.
Who he is and what he stands for.
This is a way of me showing that I respect what you guys have been through, and I'm trying to help other people that are going through the same thing. So.
I'm not happy that they had to go through that tragedy and that suffering, but I'm also very grateful that I was able to be in the position I was as far as being adopted by my family and ultimately having a great life with them. I think it's something that I couldn't have drawn it up. And
ultimately have a great life with them.
Adopted by my family and ultimately having a great life with them. I think it's something that I couldn't have drawn it up any better if I tried.
I couldn't have drawn it up any better if I tried. Oh, what a prick, man. Golly, man, I hate that guy. God, I hate him, man. Salute the poll says that 35% of y'all think that his mom is salt of the earth. 43% of y'all think that she's a good person, at least. 7% of y'all think she's a closet racist. And 15% of y'all think she's a Karen. So she's got about a 75% approval rating. She's got a 78% approval rating, and 22% people think that she's a bad person. What do you think about that, guys?
Karen slur has really stuck to white women in a way that I never thought. You know how they always say that you can't find a racial slur for white people? Karen that's the top one, man. That one really stuck to white women. When you hear Karen, you immediately think white woman, and it sticks the same way that like the N does.
It doesn't matter.
Karen's powerful.
Just like an
Karen's
N-word.
powerful.
An N-word doesn't matter what you're doing. Like Martin Luther King could be an N-word, Red Fox could be an N-word, George Floyd, any black person could be an N-word. Any white woman could be a Karen. I mean, the greatest a white woman that fucking pull you out of a fire could be a Karen. A white woman that cuss you out could be a Karen.
Hillary Clinton is a Karen for sure. There's no one who would deny that. And I mean, go down the list of white women, all of them are Karens when you think about it. Like, if you think about it long enough, it's all of them. All of them. It applies to all of them.
And absolutely no white person cares about cracker, but there will be some white women that will argue to death that they're not a Karen. But the biggest
Karen landed heavy.
The biggest one that complains and causes problems isn't the Karen. It's the Shaquisha.
No, it's the Karen.
Khadijah. It's the Khadijah. He said Karen.
It's the Karen with a capital N at the end of it.
But I think it's evident that she's not racist. She poured into that boy, and it speaks a lot about him to speak about his own mother like that.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit, man.
But there were still very problematic things that I went through. I think it was important to show that, no, this can happen in your own home, and how we move forward collectively while addressing the racism that is being perpetuated.
He took cues from his icon, basketball star Allen Iverson, who he said wore his blackness like a suit of armor. And teenage Kaepernick wanted cornrows to match. He's getting what roles, his mom asked?
Oh, your hair's not professional. Oh, you look like a little thug.
Your mom said that to you.
Yeah. And those become spaces where it's like, okay, how do I navigate this situation now? But it also is informed why I have my hair long today. I know my parents love me, but there were still very problematic things that.
God, I hate him, man.
Hey, is it fair for me to call Allen I a thug?
Well, Allen Iverson was in prison when he was in high school, and he.
I didn't watch much basketball, but from what I did see on SportsCenter and stuff like that, back when I was watching SportsCenter, Allen Iverson was just a punk.
I thought he was a thug. and I don't mean that like in a.
He leaned into it. Yeah, he leaned. Yeah. Allen Iverson can't say that somebody's called him a thug because he's black. Allen Iverson leaned into that shit. Like
he embraced it. Hey, do you remember that Trick Daddy song? Because I'm a thug all day, every day.
Yeah.
That's what that. I mean, give me a break.
Yeah, he leaned into it. It wasn't like he was just being taught like every little mistake he made, they would call him a thug. No, he listen and listen. That's who he really was. So it's like it's not even like you know what I'm saying. Like
it is what it is.
Yeah, that just is what it is. Like nobody was calling Allen Iverson a fake. Like you know how they with Ja Morant, they like, oh, he fake.
Right.
Nobody was saying that about Allen. Everybody was just like, no one was calling him
right. Or like Penny Hardaway. No one said he was a thug.
Yeah, no one called Penny Hardaway a thug. Yeah, Grant Hill. Nobody called.
They actually called them squares.
Yeah.
They called Penny Hardaway a square. They called them an Oreo, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know. I don't remember that, but
yeah, because he was I think he said it because he went to Duke, and I guess at that time they were looked at like preppy.
Talking about Grant Hill. You're getting your stars mixed up. Grant Hill, that's what you're talking about.
Okay.
Let's lean into let's talk about this these some people out in Mexico, man.
These bad hombres.
Mm-hmm.
We turn now to the stunning image south of the border in Mexico today, and it comes, of course, after those 4 Americans were kidnapped, 2 of them shot and killed. Well, today, 5 alleged members of a notorious cartel tied up and left in public right at the scene of the kidnapping for all to see. And authorities believe it was the cartel itself handing over those 5 suspects. A note left on the windshield, the cartel apologizing for the deadly attack on Americans. And late today, the bodies of the...
Talk about black privilege. Have you ever heard the cartels apologize for anything?
The hairband crumbles on his way. They said, "Fuck that."
I don't know if this came up in the discussions of all the cartels, the killings, but did anybody bring up the killing of 9 Mormons back in 2019?
Where? In Mexico?
It happened in
Put it
Mexico.
in the back chat. Please put it in.
Hey, but Hank, but those Mormons are Mexicans and they got the Mexican treatment.
Put it in the back chat, man, so I can put it in the back chat, please, man.
It's a very like kind of
can you put it in the back chat? Don't tell. Can
got
you put so we can see it? Thank you.
Americans. And late today, the bodies of those 2 Americans who died in the attack arriving back in the United States. ABC's Matt Rivers in Mexico City again tonight.
Tonight, nearly a week after that horrific kidnapping of 4 Americans that left 2 of them dead in a Mexican border city, a notorious drug cartel is allegedly taking responsibility. In these photos from a source close to the investigation, the Gulf Cartel appearing to hand over the 5 members they say did it. The 5 men found tied up near a truck with guns, ammunition, and body armor at the same spot in Matamoros where the kidnapping took place. Plus, a note on the windshield purportedly signed by the cartel references, quote, 4 kidnapped Americans, 2 of which died, adding, quote, "We have decided to deliver those involved and directly responsible." The 5 men now in state police custody. Authorities not confirming whether these 5 were involved, but multiple
Let me tell you something. These guys right here had no choice. When the cartel leader probably came to them and was like, "Look, man, I need 5 of you guys to take the beef for this, man. If you don't," he said, 5 of you guys. So he probably went to you know what he probably did? The cartel leader probably went to his underbosses and said, "Hey, man, we need 5 guys, man. Each one of you guys need a guy out of your crew, man, to take the heat for this, man. And they're gonna have to go to prison for a long time, but it is what it is." And there's who's God damn. Can you mute yourself, man? Johnny, God damn. But Johnny over there eating pistachios or some shit, man. But God damn. But they probably was like, "All right, I need 1 guy from each of your crews." And there's if they decline, if they say they don't want to do it, we'll kill their whole family.
Right. Or even like, you know how they're laid out right there? You could be laid out in one piece or in several pieces.
Yeah.
We'll let you decide.
Exactly. Like these guys didn't have a choice. I bet you some of these guys, if not all of them, had nothing to do with that shit. At least some of them. Because if they had a fucking important person, like a top hitter or a top underboss that was out there,
they can't give them up.
Nah, they gonna fucking give up some underlings.
These guys are at war. They can't give that guy up. They need him.
Yeah, they gave up some fucking chumps and was like, "Look, you gotta this is your lot in life, man. We'll take care of your families, but you gotta go do this time. And if you don't, we'll kill your family."
Man, these guys like them, they break out of prison all the time.
Exactly.
They'll probably be in prison, hanging out with the guys, literally having parties, and then whenever the cartel needs them, they're gonna break them out. They're gonna go fight.
Great point about that, because these guys can't get broken out of prison. They're not necessarily gonna do the whole time.
They've decided to deliver those involved and directly responsible. The 5 men now in state police custody. Authorities not confirming whether these 5 were involved, but multiple Mexican law enforcement sources close to the investigation tell ABC News the cartel note is believed to be legitimate. Neither ABC News nor U.S. officials have been able to verify the note's authenticity.
I think they're doing it to take heat off of themselves. I do think this was their intent, was to sort of ease the pain as far as what pressure may be placed on the cartel as time goes on.
Well, that was really something to say, to witness that image today. Matt Rivers back with us tonight. And Matt, this notion that the cartel itself turning over these suspects, really a stark reminder of what we know from all of our reporting through the years of the power of these cartels.
No question. And the Gulf Cartel is among the most powerful criminal organizations in the entire country. And if they did, in fact, turn over some of their own, knowing they would be detained by police, not worried about what those suspects would then say during interrogation, David, I think it says a lot about this group's power.
Yeah, they ain't worried about you snitching. You ain't no you say something.
Right.
Listen,
snitch to who?
Your family is literally out there in the world with these people.
Exactly.
You can't snitch, man. You can't snitch.
And even then, I snitch to who? The authorities are probably in the fucking mafia.
True.
Beyond.
Well, you would know Matt Rivers, who has reported from Mexico for years. Matt, thank you.
Hi, everyone. The question is, who put the pressure on him? Because they didn't just do this. I'm guessing the authorities put pressure on him, and they're probably going to just release these guys.
You know what? I read the note, right? I read the note they left. And what I got from it, they were stressing that it was not going to happen again. What they're saying, Ak, is gliders, we're sorry. Come here for spring break, spend your money here. Because, you know, all those, I don't know if the gliders noticed, Ak, but all these like trendy taco joint, all these businesses, a lot of them is the mafia.
Oh, yeah. Definitely, man. Or they getting a cut or they taking tax on them.
We're learning more information now about a fifth person who almost joined the 4 Americans who were kidnapped in Mexico in that minivan. The group all grew up together, according to the wife of one of the survivors. They were from South Carolina.
Look at what the funeral. Look at what the turnout looked like when you don't get killed by a cop.
Damn.
When you get killed by a cop, man, it's standing room only. And they couldn't even listen. They wouldn't even be able to, because it was 2. They wouldn't even be able to hold the fucking shit in this church, man. They'd have to go to the local fucking basketball stations, whatever fucking local fucking team or mega church.
No, they'd have mega church.
This shit is crazy, man. It's the biggest story in the country. And these people.
Did you see the rap sheet of all 4 of the
we gonna get into that. We gonna get into that, John. We gonna get into that, man.
Grew up together, according to the wife of one of the survivors. They were from South Carolina, where the local community held this vigil last night. NBC News correspondent Morgan Chesky is near the southern border in Brownsville, Texas. He's following this for us. Morgan, we just learned that the cartel sent a letter to the Mexican police. What do we know?
Yeah, Kate, this is a wild development here that's just happening in the last hour or so. These have been photos and a picture of a letter that is now circulated on social media. I do want to credit my colleague Ken Delanian for just confirming through a senior law enforcement official who told NBC News that this letter does appear to be a statement of apology from the Gulf Cartel, which, of course, resides primarily in neighboring Matamoros, just across this international bridge, Kate. I want to read you a portion of that letter and then talk about the several photos that accompanied it. But this was a letter that appeared today on behalf of the cartel, saying in part that they strongly condemn the events of Friday, March 3rd, of course, that being the date of this horrific kidnapping last week, in which, unfortunately, an innocent working mother died. That was the Mexican national, Kate, and 4 American citizens were kidnapped, of which 2 died. For this reason, we have decided to hand over those involved and directly responsible for the events, who at all times acted under their own determination and indiscipline and against the rules in which the CDG has always operated, that acronym standing for the Gulf Cartel. So, Kate, essentially the larger organization disavowing a faction within it. And we saw photos of multiple men sitting tied in front of a pickup truck. Very important to note here, Kate, we do not have confirmation that those men have been taken into custody by Mexican law enforcement at this time. But we do have a senior law enforcement official in the United States saying that he does believe this letter and believes photos released by the cartel are indeed real. Much more to come, though. Kate?
Yeah, this is really a big development. And it really raises the question, doesn't it, Morgan? If they're apologizing because of all the attention that's been on these American citizens, what about all the other people who are involved in cartel violence every single day? There are thousands of people missing in Mexico.
Yeah, there absolutely are. And I had a chance to speak with a cartel expert a short time ago. I asked him, put this in context for us. Have you ever seen a cartel essentially act as PR following a crime of this nature? He says, I have not. The only thing that makes this different is the fact that this involved
Southern people. It involves Southern people. And some people are fucking the goddamn we're the fucking top dogs right now, man. Thanks to God.
I'm surprised they didn't put in that banner or hashtag Black Lives Matter.
Exactly, man. That's what they should have done. That would have killed it, man. No pun intended. But yeah, this is listen, salute to Doug S, man. Doug says, I've had so many friends and family members get mad at me for not agreeing with this moron spoiled brat who started acting out after he got benched. I'm from Northern California. Turlock is in Central Valley in the middle of nowhere. Looking at Kaepernick, I'm not even sure if he's really mixed with black. He looks more Middle Eastern to me. Yeah, I mean, I get that to a degree, but Middle Eastern, that's how they made Middle Easterns. Middle Easterns, that's why it's right between Europe and Africa. That's how those people were made. Now those people, I do believe he does look Middle Eastern, but that's how those people were made. They're a mixture of black and white. But yeah, yeah. Salute to Murmas. Murmas says those guys were the fall guys. If they disobeyed, they would have been chopped up into pieces, no questions. Facts.
U.S. citizens. And he added that, as you mentioned, Kate, there are kidnappings, killings, indiscriminate crime that takes place not too far from where I'm standing. But because it involves Mexican citizens, there would never be an apology of this nature coming from a cartel.
Thanks for watching.
It wasn't because it was American citizens. It's because it made the news.
Because it was black. I'm telling you, because it was black.
In South Carolina overnight, an emotional vigil near the victim's hometown. Family members of one survivor, Latavia Washington McGee, expect the mother of 6 back home soon after a trip to...
And she got 6 little fucking children, and she driving to Mexico to get a BBL.
Expect the mother of 6 back home soon after a trip to Mexico turned into a nightmare. Her mother, Barbara, telling CNN her devastated daughter watched her longtime friends die.
I hope they get all of them and put them all in jail.
What in the George Floyd is going on right here?
Speaking of subtitles.
Right, man. God damn, what the fuck is going on here?
I hope they get all of them and put them all in jail.
In Matamoros on Wednesday, a swarm of Mexican military converging not far from where armed gunmen kidnapped the 4 Americans. This as new video unveiled a startling twist.
Mexico, here we come.
Video live streamed on Facebook before the kidnapping appears to show not 4, but 5 people inside the van. A law enforcement source telling NBC another woman also made the trip, but did not cross the border with the others because she did not have proper documentation. Cheryl Orange.
Ooh, she lucky, man. Being a Sun woman is paid off, man. If she was a glider, she'd be dead, man. She would have had the proper documentation.
She did not have proper documentation. Cheryl Orange spoke to the Associated Press, saying that she stayed behind at a motel and they were supposed to return 15 minutes after dropping off Latavia Washington McGee for the cosmetic procedure in Mexico. But she grew worried as time went on and spoke to authorities after not hearing from them. The 4 who did cross, new images from Mexican authorities show the gunmen trailing their white minivan minutes before they opened fire. Additional images appear to show travel documents, luggage, debit cards, and cash that investigators...
So they had their birth certificates, ID. I thought black people didn't have IDs, man. The white liberals told me that black people don't know what the DMV is. They don't have IDs. That's why they can't vote. All these motherfuckers had their IDs, man. Ain't that some shit?
Additional images appear to show travel documents, luggage, debit cards, and cash that investigators found inside the vehicle. In the aftermath of the attack, Mexican authorities scrambled to several different hospitals for days, trying to track down victims, before finally locating all four inside this wooden shack. After speaking with one victim's family, South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham promising,
"We're going to unleash the fury and might of the United States against these cartels."
Over these Sun people, but this is a racist country. They still gonna call you racist, cracker. They still gonna call you racist, man. There's nothing you can do.
You notice what it said in the report, that they were followed for several minutes before they opened fire on the vehicle. That's just getting a little payback against the Suns, right?
Yeah, exactly. For all the times they do that to people on the fuck, what's that shit? The Bend, whatever that road in Chicago, where they do all them shootings at the highway, whatever the fuck it's called. But and a lot of other places all over the country where they shooting people on fucking highways and shit, following people. Good, but look at this, man. Look at this. This guy thinks that black people still gonna call this country racist. They still gonna say if they was white, they'd have found them the next day. If they was white, they would have the Coast Guard would have said they would have took Mexico to war. It'd have been a war in Mexico right now if they was white. Did you put that in the back chat, Hank Hill? Did you put that?
I sent it in the private chat. I also emailed it to you.
Okay, you put it in the private chat. Thank you. That's what I need you to do. Yeah. Yeah, I needed it in the private.
That's very
chat.
indicative of what these supposed racist Republicans actually do when white people get attacked by Mexicans. They don't do shit. Because Trump sent out a tweet. Sorry.
Yeah, we got it.
We're going to unleash the fury and might of the United States against these cartels.
Morgan, there's now a push to designate cartels as terrorist organizations. What can you tell us about that? What would be the impact?
Yeah, Savannah, despite a growing number of lawmakers suggesting that, the White House has since responded and saying that putting that terrorist label on cartels would not give them significantly more authority than they already have. They mentioned sanctions specifically targeting individuals and whole cartel groups as being effective and something that they have at their disposal. In the meantime, we know that a high-level delegation from Washington was already in Mexico to discuss the ongoing fentanyl crisis when this took place. And that topic of conversation will no doubt shift to this kidnapping later today. Savannah.
All right, let's look at these people's rap sheet, man. Let's look at these people's. We're gonna get into that video about those more.
So, were you thinking of the Dan Ryan Expressway?
Exactly. There you go. The Dan Ryan. That's the fucking killer. They kill people all the time over here. Let me see. Where these people at? Here we go. Right here. Cocaine cowboys. American man jailed in Mexico border kidnapped. No, American man killed in Mexico border kidnapped, was jailed in 2015 for drugs manufacture. Drugs manufacture, while the other three all have lengthy drug raps. Now, listen, to me, right off the bat, just reading that title, that doesn't mean that they were going down there for no drug deal. That doesn't mean this is no drug deal going wrong. That just means they're sons. I have a long fucking criminal history. I have fucking charges from fucking 97, 2000, 2006, 2006. I got charges all through the fucking years, man. Like
it could be a two birds, one stone thing. Oh, she's gonna go down there and get her butt lift or whatever she's getting, tummy tuck, and while we're there, we're going to pick up some drugs and take them back.
I don't
thought
believe
the same
that.
thing.
I don't think them getting killed. I think the story that how they got killed and kidnapped is just what it is. I just think it is what it is. Mistaken identity. These little every son man. Listen, every son man from Blackistan that look like these motherfuckers. Now I'm talking about the ones that look like these motherfuckers. Look at the thumbnail. Some people that look like that, they all got fucking long criminal records, man. All of them.
I interrupt you for a second, just
Go
on rap sheets, and there's a diversion that it's just gonna take a second. There's a statistic that's becoming popularized, similar to 1350 right now, where one in 20 black men homicide in their lifetime because somebody piled stats.
We
And
can't hear you. You're going in and out. We didn't hear the whole thing of what you're saying. You said 1 in 20. Well, that's the last thing we heard.
20 black people or black men have committed a homicide in their lifetime because somebody compiled all these stats and found that there's 5% of all black men are their cause of death in the course of 54 years is due to homicide. And it's so like just the long and short of it is that like about 5% of black men commit homicide because, you know, like it's all most of the crimes are against another.
I understand what you're saying. I think that's true. I mean, that sounds very much 1 in 20. Yeah, without a doubt. I think 1 in 20 of the guys that I know, would probably have committed homicide.
But you also have to consider if it's this, if one guy commits multiple homicides, that stat can be.
But that can't account for too much of the like crossover. It really can't when you really think about it, because like that's a freak incident, really. When somebody's like a serial killer or like a constant, like a perpetual killer, that's much more.
It's not.
Well,
it's not understand. Bodies.
No,
having bodies is not a freak incident. Understand? You got a lot of fucking feedback. So
Right. Your mic is wrong, bro.
But you also have a lot of these guys not getting caught.
So your mic is jacked up. You got to go out and come back. Your mic is jacked, dude. Yeah, you drop off and come back up.
I thought it was Hank, but somebody's mic is fucked up for sure.
Yeah, but yeah, you guys listen, man. Listen, just take it from me, man. Gladys. Having bodies is not that uncommon, but yeah, 1 out of 20 Southern men having committed a murder in the course of his life, I think that's fair. Yeah, I definitely believe that. So 4 U.S. citizens who were kidnapped Mexico by the notorious drug syndicate Gulf Cartel have lengthy criminal rap sheets. Latavia McGee, Eric Williams, Zindell Brown, and Shaheed Woodard. Yeah, they got even if we just read those names off, you would know they had. Woodard was charged with manufacturing and possession of drugs and pleaded guilty, while Brown was also charged for possession of marijuana or hashish. The 4, okay, listen, man. Listen, you think this brother don't got a criminal record? Like, come on, man. This brother probably has got a rap, or he probably got a rap album out on in his town or something. This brother, I mean, come on, man. Of course, this brother got a criminal record. Come on, man. Of course, this guy's got a criminal record. Like, I mean, this is not. I don't think that this has anything to do with them. What happened to them? I think what happened to them is exactly what they're saying. They were mistaken identity. Because if it was something different, you think the cartel got to lie about it? They just say, yeah, well, they came out here with a drug deal. We're sorry. You know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. Like all these conspiracies, they're not necessary. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing to cover up.
I feel like the Mexican government, when they would determine that it was gang related or like thug shit, they probably take a different approach. You know what I mean? Because they still don't want Americans murdered. However, if they were out there moving weight, you know.
Yeah, these people ain't got no weight. These people don't look like they got no weight. These people look like they buying, you know what I'm saying? Now listen, here's the thing though. Somebody did send me an email today though that I will say made me think. I will say that. Let me pull this email up. I hope she doesn't mind me.
While you're looking for that, let me tell you my theory. It wasn't some organized thing. They went down there, and while they were down there, they said, "Oh, let's get some drugs because we can get them down here, and we can smuggle."
But they
them
had
back
just
and
crossed
sell
the
them more
border,
there.
Johnny. They had just crossed the border. They hadn't gotten out of the car in Mexico yet. They had just crossed the border, and they got tailed by the fucking people and shot up. They weren't like moving around Mexico before this happened. They had just crossed the border 15 minutes, and then they got tailed and followed and shot up. So that theory it just doesn't. The facts don't support that theory, but and you know what I'm saying. And every son man got some charges, man. So this one says, "Hey, regarding the kidnapping, shooting in Mexico, yes, they may have been tourists, 4 buddies on a road trip, but is it wrong to ask questions? And you may have already posed these questions. I haven't had much time for YouTube lately. But if not, 1, given there are bargain priced, all-inclusive plastic surgery packages covering round trip and air travel, surgical procedures, meals, lodging, and aftercare, why would the woman in this group spend more money and time sacrificing comfort and convenience traveling by car through 5 states? Well, I mean, maybe she's getting it real cheap. Maybe she was getting it to where, like, yo, you could die during this fucking surgery type shit. Maybe that's what she's getting real cheap. 2, why would 3 sunmen spend what would have been the better part of a week or more on the road for the purpose of accompanying someone to a tummy tuck or BBL? Yeah, I mean, that's a legit question. But like I said, man, you going to Mexico, all right, I ride with you. I mean, I don't know, man. Number 3, a woman in South Carolina who identified herself as the wife of and the mother to a child of the man who survived the shooting was interviewed by the media. How likely is it for the average wife to have her husband take a week off to go on a BBL trip with another woman? Yeah, he ain't telling that's what he was doing. Listen, some man gonna lie, man. Some man gonna lie to his wife, man. No glider man gonna lie too, man. That glider they found in Baton Rouge, you think he told his wife he was cruising the streets of Baton Rouge fucking 3 o'clock in the morning? I mean, shit, man gonna lie, man. He gonna lie to his wife. Shit, my whole life is a lie, man. My wife don't even know my real name. Say, no, I'm just joking, but seriously, man, that man gonna lie to his wife, man. That's all. That could explain that. Number 4, does the BBL story serve as a feasible cover for the large amount of cash she was reportedly traveling with? No, I mean, how much was she traveling with? 50,000? I mean, like, what did she have? She had enough for the BBL and enough to fucking pay for a hotel, enough for whatever. I mean, I don't know.
Hey, may I say something real quick? I'm about to go get some food. So
yeah, go ahead.
Hey, y'all, just something quick. If you got a fee to pay, especially if they know she was traveling with that much cash, if you got to pay a fee, I don't care if they got to take 10 grand of that shit. I don't care if you wanted that BBL so bad, whatever you wanted with that money, you give them the fucking money.
No, I feel you on that, but they didn't never got out of the car. They drove. They're on camera the entire time they're
Did they run off on them? Did they run off on them before? That's what you got to think.
They weren't being robbed, dude.
Nah, they just got tailed and got shot up. Like they got shot up. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like a robbery.
No, I know. I'm saying beforehand, you don't know what would have happened. You don't know if they were trying to get away from them, like way beforehand or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, like I'm just saying, like food for thought. I have no clue what really happened. I might be completely wrong, but I'm just saying it's something to think about.
They had.
They may not need her money, but motherfuckers just may want the money. Simple as that. And if they
I'm
want
gonna
it,
go
you give
with.
it to them.
I'm gonna go with the fact that they thought they was somebody else and they sprayed their shit.
That's realistic, though.
That they had.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I think they were just being racist. Personally, they
Yeah,
saw black
man.
people and they're like,
They had.
"We're gonna kill them because they're black."
They did give him the apology letter too, so I might have to agree with Wicked too. He makes a great point.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Let me see this.
What
Wait,
was the
what's
amount
up?
of cash that they had?
I don't know. I don't know how much cash. Somebody in the chat know how much cash they had.
Hey, product, what the fuck is your that image and your thing?
Oh, it's Lil Durk.
Dirt. Oh shit. So this is a story. Another incident in Mexico.
Mexican authorities have arrested a suspect in the horrific attack that saw 3 women and 6 children killed. The victims, all dual citizens, were members of a Mormon community living in Mexico. Authorities believe a newly formed cartel ambushed the family.
9 gliders.
Shooting and burning them. The family says they've had run-ins with cartels in the past, and they're now calling on the Mexican government to help them get justice. Mexico's president has promised to do just that.
I send condolences and hugs to the whole Lebaron family, to the families of the victims. It is a regretful disgrace because innocent children lost their lives, and we will do what is appropriate in these cases. It is our obligation to gather all the information to see the causes and stop those responsible so that there is justice.
Wow.
But those are Mexicans. They're Mennonites.
Reading the headline.
What does that have to do with the United States?
My new CNN.
Huh?
2019, and Trump, the absolute mad lad when it came to hating on Hispanics, who said Mexicans are rapists and drug dealers. All he did was he sent out a tweet, and he said, I'm calling on the Mexican government to, like, I don't know, fucking, like, be a partner in our conquest against these cartels. And they denied any kind of, like, military, because that's what he was asking for formally, was military operational cooperation with the against the cartels, and they denied it, and then he just dropped it. So
Hank,
yeah,
okay,
Hank, are you aware what's going on in Mexico? That what you just described is going on continuously. Joint operations against the cartels. That's occurring. But again, these Mennonites are Mexicans. They're not Americans. What happened to them?
White, but they're gliders though.
They
yeah,
were
they're
no, they
gliders.
weren't Mexicans.
They're
they were
pale,
American
blonde hair,
citizens.
blue eyes, but they are Mexicans.
No, they were American citizens. They were
Dual.
dual.
They said
citizens.
dual citizenship.
But you got to understand, like where I'm from in Mexico, right? There's colonies throughout Mexico of these. I don't know why the gliders would want to live in the shithole that is, right? But believe it or not, there's colonies of Mennonites, of what we call Mormons. I have no idea why the cartel attacked this group. I have no idea why they did that, but they usually leave them alone.
Right. Salute to Genetic Freak. He says, salute Cap has a sand sun nose because his mom is a guinea. Jesus Christ. Yeah, she's a fucking Italian. Yeah, salute. Judah
We're talking about those.
25. Hold on, man.
All right.
Judah 2523 says, "Keep up the great work." All right, go ahead. I'm about to get some water. Go ahead now.
Mexican Mormon thing is that there's a large amount of Mormons that were settled in Mexico, and that isn't like a
Uncommon. It's not uncommon.
common. Right. That's
Well-
what I mean. The thing about that though is that they were American citizens, and they were like on that border of like living in Mexico but also being American citizens. But then they were killed by Mexicans, and the American government really didn't do much about any of the
Right.
you know, they
Well-
didn't do anything to
Well, if you are correct, if you're correct that they are Americans, then that is very fucked up. However, I don't know that they were, because again, los Menones are in Mexico. They've been there for a very long time.
Yeah, but the American government didn't do much about this situation either.
It was only a 20-second blurb for the Mormons on CNN.
Yeah, it's the media. It's not the government. It's the media doesn't give a shit.
The media gave a shit when it was the Sun Men. That was
Well,
it.
of course they did.
to me though is that Trump was in office while that happened, and he really didn't make an issue out of it when he had he was supposed to be the dude that was all up on this anti-Mexico shit, and all he did was send out a tweet, and then when it wasn't responded, like he got left on red by the Mexican government. That's basically what happened.
But Hank Hill, everything you
And he was
described
like,
that should have been done is happening. Everything, minus an intervention, like a little invasion or an occupation. Everything you described is occurring. We have
a question
DEA,
for you, Wicked,
we have
though.
DEA agents in Mexico right now.
Yeah, but we have certain types of interjections into the like the border crossings and all that, but we don't have any kind of like real operations to stop border crossings. Are you saying that we
No. I didn't say border crossings. I was talking about
border
a
crimes. Okay, so you're saying that there's operations to stop the crimes that are the result of border
there are operations to combat American operations in Mexico, joint operations to combat the cartels. The intelligence to capture Chapo was provided by the Americans.
Hey,
For
Wicked,
example.
I had a question for you.
What's
if
up?
you could live away from the American government in a autonomous zone, basically, that you create and control as a religious community outside of the U.S. control in Mexico, where the mostly you're left alone, why wouldn't you do it? You can make your own community, and it's not a shithole.
Well, Johnny, I keep hearing how Mexico's a shithole, a dangerous, violent place, right? Why would you do it? Am I wrong, Johnny?
If you can control your own territory and protect yourself there.
How can you protect yourself from these well-armed fucking cartels, Johnny? They're very well-armed.
Well, mostly they don't care about you because you're not competition or anything.
No, Johnny, these cartels do not bother the Mennonites, and they don't bother the indigenous people. Sometimes they kill them, unfortunately, but it's very rare.
Yeah, they're not competition, so they don't bother them for the most part.
Right. Mennonite means Amish. Mennonite means Mennonite is an Amish sect, but I don't know exactly which form of Mormon, but the Mormon
Mennonites, they can do some technology, but still are a religious
Amish,
order.
They're
very like Amish. Amish are the ones that no technology, we're horse and buggy, that kind of thing. Mennonites are more accepting of technology, but they're not on social media, that kind of thing, and they're a religious order. similar to the Amish, but they're also kind of in conflict with the Amish too.
Mennonites have nothing to do with Mormons. That's all I'm saying.
You wouldn't go down if you were Mennonite because you're basically a special citizen in the U.S. Like they get special rights, the Amish, that we don't get. They don't have to pay the same taxes. They don't have to do anything.
Well, look, guys. When I was a kid, when I would go to Mexico, I used to go to the colony. The Mexicans love these people, and these people love the Mexicans. They let each other be. You know what I mean? Like my uncle used to like befriend them. Like nobody bothers those people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You're making my point, Wicked.
The main reason you're seeing problems with the Mexican cartel and why they're so powerful is because they get paid in U.S. dollars. They don't collect pesos.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They don't collect pesos as taxes. So the U.S. dollar is so much more powerful than the peso. Like if this country was poor and Canada was rich, we'd have freaking crime in here running this place because they'd be getting the Canadian dollar.
The problem, dude, is that Americans love drugs. But Johnny, I agree with you, but I keep hearing that Mexico is a violent shithole. So why would they? But I agree with you. So if I made your point, it's because we agree.
Okay, then.
But do you get what I'm trying to say? I keep hearing that it's a violent shithole.
But these guys they might live separate from the main areas. Like I said, I don't know where you grew up in Mexico.
They do. They live
probably
separate.
live way out somewhere.
Oh yeah. We used to travel like 40 minutes.
Yeah. So they live away from it all.
Yeah, you know? but they used to come to the town regularly though.
It's kind of like people look at the United States as a violent shithole, and other countries like they say we're violent, but it's just really concentrated in certain areas.
For sure. You know, those people the Mennonites that I know, they don't use electricity. They used to use carriages with horses, and all the men dressed the same, the women dressed the same. You know what I mean?
Are you saying there were Mormons that called themselves Mennonites? Am I confused on this?
Well, that's what they're called. I mean, that's what everybody los Menones. That's what we call them, Mennonites. Oh,
you're using like a Spanish word, like Menones,
which translates to Mennonite. But
Mennonite is a term that's used for like the Amish in Pennsylvania, which are different from the Mormons in the southeast.
Hank Hill, whoever uses the same overalls with the same dresses for the females, that's what I'm talking about. Then do with that what you will, brother.
They're kind of like anti-technology types.
Yeah, they use horse carriages.
Okay. Yo, yeah, you're Hispanic, right?
Yeah.
I'm big on this right here, and that is, why are Hispanics impervious to the poverty and racism in America when it comes to the crime rates? Because they do like 1/5 as much of the crime as black people do.
Family.
They have
Mexicans
the same,
are big on family.
but they have the same, like they have more overt racism against them. They
do in some instances, but like I live around a lot of Hispanics where I am, and they just don't. They don't fucking just attack you for no fucking reason.
They still have that hard work DNA.
But it drives me nuts that they can actually get people convinced to say that Hispanics, or they can get people convinced to think that systemic racism is the reason why black people commit the higher crime rates, but Hispanic people are subject to all the same types of racism. They live in the exact same communities as black people. You know, so all that redlining bullshit, like, you know, throw it out the window. They don't have accumulated wealth. You know, they have the same poverty levels, but they have such lower crime rates.
They still have that builder. They still have that builder conqueror DNA. They still build. They build like
clearly
crazy.
There's clearly a difference in the person.
Right. Well,
Like,
Hank Hill, let me say this to you. I don't know if you are new here or if you've been here or if you know who I am, but let me introduce myself to you.
yeah.
I am a scholar of the Ag and Tunde Nation. If I told you why I think it will, if I give you an answer to your question, I'd be called racist.
Go ahead and say it. I'm
That's what
probably doing the same thing.
I'm not trying to like, say a racist thing outright.
No. I know you're not. I don't think you are. But I think let me give you a quick lesson in Ag. I'm gonna give you 101 lesson from Ag Nation, right? Different groups behave differently. Make with that what you will.
All
But
right, so
Hispanics,
I'm gonna just assume a racist assumption from all that.
Yeah, Hispanics.
Some people will, believe it or not, Hank. Some people will. I don't think so, but you know how that goes.
Yeah, I
Hey,
mean, black
Hank,
people probably.
have you ever heard of BitChute?
Yeah.
I know about BitChute
So
and all that.
BitChute, the video platform. If you go to BitChute and you search "The Negroes from Negroland," it's about a 4-hour audio book in there. That will explain everything.
I know. I've watched it, and I'm very familiar, and I've watched all of it. But I can't stand the people who the liberals who are reflexive in their response of saying, "Oh, well, there's a socioeconomic reason," and it's like, there's a very clear example. You've got Hispanics right there, sitting right next door to them in the exact same buildings, the exact same projects that black people are living in, and they're doing, in some cases, like 1/4, 1/3. I mean, like, how do you blame? I don't know. They're so fucking loose about how they attribute what a crime.
Hey,
why a crime occurs.
You gotta start saying what you're saying and being done with it. You're taking too long to say what you're saying.
Yeah, but what I was gonna say is you have to understand the socioeconomic has never been like, if people start arguing that, like, people in the Great Depression had way less. Like, talk to your, like, I don't know how many people have relatives that are still alive that lived through that shit, but talk to them. They had nothing, and there wasn't hardly any crime. And these people didn't have, like, there were nights when a lot of them didn't even know if they were gonna get a meal the next day. It's not a socioeconomic thing. That's just an excuse. It's always been an excuse. It's been going on forever, even before the 60s. People are saying that things are caused by socioeconomics. It's not.
I mean, I think it could be a culture, and DNA makes culture.
With you,
but when it comes to Hispanics, it's interesting because they do have higher crime rates, but honestly, the ones that I live around they don't do that shit. So it has to be from certain countries, I'm assuming. Like,
no,
who are you around, dude?
Hispanic crime rates
around a lot of them are probably just illegals that are working on mushroom farms.
Are they Mexicans or are they
Mexicans? A lot of them are Mexican. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. I was telling Ike before, I'm not too familiar with the Hondurans, Salvadorians, Venezuelans. I'm not. I'm sure that they behave similar to Mexicans, but also differently.
Yeah, there's just no crime. It's just like
really
there's a ton of them, and there's no crime.
They really only commit crime at about like twice the rate of white people, whereas black people are committing it at like 4 or 5 times the rate.
Yeah, but I wonder if a lot of that's just
20 times
drug related shit that they're involved in, because some of them just might be illegals that are in gangs and shit and committing crime. I wonder if that's what it is, because a lot of Hispanics, they're cool with white people. They usually just want you to speak Spanish, to be one of them.
Here's the difference, though. The difference is some people, we don't care about other people. So it's like we don't have, like, when we get mad, Like even me, when I get mad, like fire breathing mad or blackout mad, I have no regard for human life. And when you extrapolate that across a whole population of people, you're going to have a lot of brazen crimes. You're going to have a lot of unintended victim crimes. You're going to have a lot of public crimes. And what you see in Sunistan, and we about to go to the fuckery now, what you're going to see in Sunistan is that you're going to see the crime is so much different than the Latino community. It's so much different than the glider white community. The crime is different because the mentality is different. The mentality is different because the DNA is different. And that's pretty much it. And we're not going to argue that because you're not qualified to make that argument. So let's move along. Salute the genetic freak. He said, wicked. Two things can be true at the same time. Yes, gliders want to move there. And yes, es un país de mierda. The country of what?
A country, a shithole country.
A shithole country.
But that is fair, genetic free. That's fair, but it still doesn't make sense somehow, right? Like, but these breeders are coming here, and some people argue this is a shithole country too, right?
Yeah, some people complain. Anywhere it's gonna be a shithole country to some people because they are they complain a lot. But this is a great country. Let me move along.
They just don't want us here.
Alexis, thank you. Breaking news right now. We have exclusive new video of a man accused in the shooting of a Miami-Dade police officer who was grazed in the head. Surveillance video showing the suspect, who sources say is the son of a high-profile community leader. And this morning, we're also hearing from the Miami-Dade police director.
We have Annalise Garcia live on the scene in Miami with all of these new developments. Annalise, bring us up to speed.
Smiggity.
JC Gio, we've now learned who that suspect is. His name is Steve Gallon IV. He's the son of a Miami-Dade school board member, and he was taken into custody here at a home on Northwest 42nd Street. Officers came to serve a warrant, and the suspect was taken in cuffs right outside. This morning, the detective he's accused of shooting is recovering at home. New video of the suspect who is accused of shooting at a Miami-Dade police narcotics detective Wednesday. You see the moments he tries to hide himself behind a light pole. He looks around and proceeds to take off on foot.
This person's armed and dangerous. He did it to us. He could do it to you.
Police say the detective was grazed in the head by a bullet. The shooting happened in the middle of a narcotics investigation. While arresting one person, another man came up from behind and ambushed the detective. The search for the suspect continued through the night. Heavily armed officers going door to door in the area.
See, like during a narcotics investigation, you're sleeping in your bed when this shit is happening. All the purple-haired liberal that's got so much to say about police conduct, and the sister, with the bad BBL, who's been to like several Black Lives Matter riots, they're sleeping in bed when these task force and these vice squads are fucking beating the streets and fucking kicking in doors and fucking running up on these Sunmen with warrants for murder and fucking indictments and bench warrants for their arrest and all this shit. You're sleeping in your little bed unless you're watching Ock Nation, sucking your little thumb with your booty out, counting sheep. All these men are out here doing this shit, dealing with this type of shit.
Detective
And don't blame poverty on this.
Behind a light
if he's a
bulb.
Miami-Dade school board,
His
a Miami-Dade school board member. He's making.
He's the son of one.
And proceeds to take off on foot.
This person's armed and dangerous. He did it to us. He could do it to you.
Police say the detective was grazed in the head by a bullet. The shooting happened in the middle of a narcotics investigation. While arresting one person, another man came up from behind and ambushed the detective. The search for the suspect continued through the night. Heavily armed officers going door to door in the area, even using sniffing dogs, attempting to find a trace of the shooter.
Our cameras captured the location where that suspect was finally located Thursday morning on Northwest 42nd Street and 5th Avenue. Officers from multiple agencies gathered outside the hospital Wednesday evening where the victim recovered before heading home. 4 officers with the Miami-Dade Police Department have been shot since last summer. 1 was killed.
I'm tired of being here at the hospital 4 times already for injured officers being shot and attacked, and this has to stop.
And right now you're looking at a tweet from the director.
4 times in this one jurisdiction for cops being injured in attack, and I bet you they were all attacked by Sunmen. And that doesn't get to put into the equation. Their little algebra equation about police equals violence to Sunmen, Sunmen leave the house equals getting fucked with by police. This is one thing that they leave out of the equation. The fact that, Johnny, you gotta stop fucking muting yourself, Johnny. You making a lot of fucking noise, man. But
Being here at the hospital 4 times already for injured officers being shot and attacked, and this has to stop.
And right now you're looking at a tweet from the director of Miami-Dade Police, Freddie Ramirez. He says, thanks to the tireless efforts of my officers, the coward who ambushed my detective yesterday is in custody. Thank you to all of our local law enforcement partners for their help, no matter the colors of our uniform. We all come together in trying times and work as one family. Now back out live, you're taking another look at this active scene here. This is where the suspect was taken into custody this morning. Now, certainly a close call. Fortunately, this detective is home. As you heard earlier, several close calls since last summer where officers were shot. These officers put their lives on the line to protect this community every day. I'm live in Miami. Annalise Garcia.
Annalise is fucking fine as frog hair, man.
For real.
Shit.
What I meant
About
was
that
this Sunman
story
is
is
breaking.
the people involved. There's 2 people involved.
What I meant,
Just
is this Sunman is breaking the mold. His father's a school board member and is in his life. So his father's making bank and is in his life. And he's still out there on sun time.
Well, we know why they shoot these cops, because these cops are racist.
Mm-hmm.
involved just in this shooting alone, and
Ace has been drawing it.
Hold on, let me play this one, man.
These cops gotta stop profiling so much, bro.
Ace has been drawing attention to how the St. Louis Circuit Attorney's Office handles bonds.
And tonight, News 4 Investigates is now calling attention to how the Circuit Attorney's Office is investigating that bond. We're learning a St. Louis judge let a shooting suspect walk free, even though she admitted today in court she cut her ankle monitor, breaking her bond. In this video, only seen here on News 4, it shows the woman shooting at students outside a St. Louis school late last year. Investigator Susan L. Corey was in the
So the shootings on camera, it's at students, kids. She admitted she took off her ankle monitor to go do the shooting, and she was released on bond. And we gotta hear fucking Boone Shikwas and Quantalasia's bitching about how this country, the criminal justice system, need to be reformed. We need to reform.
Yo, is Kim Faisal DA over there too, Ike?
This is Kim Gardner. No, this is Kim Gardner.
Makes perfect sense then.
Another Kim.
Yeah.
Which area is this again?
St. Louis. Tell me a place that's not this story is so common. This is a doozy here. Don't get me wrong. This one right here is a doozy.
This is a doozy.
But
it's a mom committing a school shooting. Let's make this clear. This is a mom committing a school shooting.
Yeah,
right?
Got it. Yeah.
breaking her bond. In this video, only seen here on News 4, it shows the woman shooting at students outside a St. Louis school late last year. Investigator Susan L. Corey was in the courtroom and has more on this decision.
Sierra Waylands walks out of court with another chance at bond, despite prosecutors claiming she's a safety threat to the community. Only News 4 Investigates obtained this video, taken last December outside Confluence Preparatory Academy. It shows Wayland's walk into the street filled with buses and kids and fire the gun at several teenagers. The school principal, who's next to her, tries to get the gun away. That's when it fires again.
That's when it fires again.
Get the gun away. That's when it fires again. Cell phone video taken from a school bus shows the principal and security guard holding Wayland's down. At first, Wayland's was denied bond. A week later, she was put on house arrest with 24/7 GPS monitoring. Court records show Wayland's violated bond multiple times. Then on January 24th, it marked strap tamper. That's when Wayland's cut off her ankle monitor. News 4 Investigates learned she also threw it away. In St. Louis, when someone breaks bond, notices are sent to the prosecutor, the defense lawyer, and the judge. Recent reporting by News 4 Investigates exposed how Wayland's stayed off the grid for almost a month. That's until prosecutors filed a motion to have her bond revoked. The day after that filing, she got a new ankle monitor, but she still had to go to court on Thursday to see if she could stay on bond. Cameras weren't allowed inside. During the hearing, her defense lawyer claimed Wayland's cut her monitor because she was on a sponsored bond, got kicked out of the house she was staying at, and didn't feel safe. Prosecutors argued she shouldn't be free and said in the past week that she's had a new monitor. She already violated her bond multiple times.
She's begging them to hold her. She's like yelling.
So what level of Karen would a white woman be if she did?
Yeah, this is so egregious. You can't even really like. It's hard for me to wrap my arms around this with my mind. It's like this is almost as bad as the guy who ran into that girl in St. Louis too, and cut her legs off. He violated his probation 51 times. Johnny, you smacking in the background, man.
Yo, what is that? What are you doing, Johnny?
Yeah, Johnny, like, come on, man.
What's going on over there, dude?
You gotta get it together, man. Oh, God damn.
I unpaused it because I was about to say something. I was waiting for an option. It was, she's so disadvantaged. I mean, you got to take that into account, right?
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, but this is insane, man.
She thinks she's YNW Melly.
It doesn't sound safe. It sounds like she's probably gonna kill somebody.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're willing to shoot at a bus full of kids, you're probably gonna end up killing somebody at some point.
The fact that she was out on the streets for the last year after doing that is trumped. The fact that you could trump that with something else in this story, like that should have been like the crescendo of the story. That she shot at a bunch of kids,
right?
But in front of some school.
But wait, there's more.
But there's more.
Let's hear it.
What the fuck?
Putting a face tattoo on would like ruin your life. Like just the face tattoo alone should ruin her life, not including all of her actions. All of her actions are terrible. Like that woman in front of a judge. The judge judges you based on your appearance and everything. How the fuck does she not get?
Because she's a Sun woman.
In St. Louis, when someone
the judge is trying not to judge her based on her
prosecutor,
appearance.
the defense lawyer, and the judge. Recent reporting by News 4 Investigates exposed how Wayland's stayed off the grid for almost a month. That's until prosecutors filed a motion to have her bond revoked. The day after that filing, she got a new ankle monitor, but she still had to go to court on Thursday to see if she could stay on bond. Cameras weren't allowed inside. During the hearing, her defense lawyer claimed Wayland's cut her monitor because she was on a sponsored bond, got kicked out of the house she was staying at, and didn't feel safe. Prosecutors argued she shouldn't be free and said in the past week that she's had a new monitor. She already violated her bond multiple times. All of those were for a dead battery. Wayland says she was charging it and thought there was a problem with her device. That was enough for Judge Rochelle Woodiest. She let Wayland stay on bond, telling her to
surprise.
My question is,
Uh-oh.
I mean, we already know an answer, but it's like getting off your ankle monitor so many times. How many chances do you get? I mean, it doesn't surprise me. I'm just looking at the judge. I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right, look at the judge. I'm like, all right, I understand why. But like, come on, man. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, what the fuck? Shot at some kids. She get the
nobody
she get
lies
the firing
like
squad.
Sun people, right?
She get the firing squad. Look at the super chat. Give her the firing squad, man. Like shooting at kids, bro.
Yeah, salute to Muramasa, man, Ock Nation Hall of Famer. Yeah, listen, man. If this was a white Karen, if this was a Karen and a white judge had let her off continuously on this shit,
Racism.
They would be talking about, see, look, this is they, and it's like this shit happens all the time. Almost every story we do tonight, the person who's fucking doing the violence is going to have a similar story to this woman. I promise you. It's fucking crazy, man. That they let, and then they browbeat gliders about racism. Gliders don't say anything. They don't even say, well, they just eat that shit.
And in all honesty, like, what happened to gliders, bro? Like, what happened to you guys, man? Like before, like I would just like, you know, I mean, I agree with Ak, but like I'm like, I mean, it can't be that, but it's like seeing this is like, fuck.
And then you know how many sister judges there are in these cities?
A lot, man. A fucking lot.
And they're all operating like this. That could be my daughter. That could have been my daughter.
Violated her bond
Sister
multiple
judges,
times.
mayors,
All of
and
those were for a dead
police
battery.
chiefs.
Wayland says she was charging it and thought there was a problem with her device. That was enough for Judge Rochelle Woodiest. She let Wayland stay on bond, telling her to leave court and get her ankle monitor checked. In court, the judge did warn Waylands that any new bond violations could be problematic. The circuit attorney.
Not any new bond violations. Look. If I see you in my courtroom again, remember that back in the day. Don't let me see you back in my courtroom again.
Right.
She said any new after all of this shit. She hasn't even been she hasn't even gone to trial for shooting at the kids. If you violate your bond again, it may be problematic.
Maybe. But this lady is begging them to hold her. Look, she's begging them.
Look, it looks like she's giving a finger to the fucking cameras. This is her fucking ass inside this fucking car.
Right, and this is her saying, "What are you guys dumb? Lock me up."
Her to leave court and get her ankle monitor checked. In court, the judge did warn Waylands that any new bond violations could be problematic. The circuit attorney's office told us they can't comment on pending cases, but stand by their belief that this is an instance where there shouldn't be bond. Susan Elcory, News 4 Investigates.
As News 4 Investigates continues to take a closer look at bond, the latest numbers from St. Louis Circuit Courts show in a 6-month period, 373 people who were arrested and awaiting trial were released on bond, and that is well above the 292 people who were held in jail.
Wow. So they're literally, wow. They're not holding any. It should be 500 held in jail and like 100 released on bond.
No wonder it's a shithole.
Man, look, I went to St. Louis years ago as a school trip, and I love St. Louis. Beautiful downtown. I know it's a smaller city, but I love that place. And this is one of the reasons why I don't even want to give it a shot.
Yeah. Salute to MS. Salute to Miss S66. Says shout out panel and chat. Yeah, man. Salute to you. This is insane, man. These stories are. I mean, listen, man. This was a doozy. This is definitely getting made into a video. I'm definitely gonna clip that.
These stories are literally terrifying. If you think about it.
And this might be one of the craziest ones you showed. I'd never seen some random chick shooting at.
Wait, I got one for you right here.
Oh, Lord.
Today, the 15-year-old who shot and wounded Commanders player Brian Robinson last summer was sentenced, ordered held until he's 21. It wasn't just Brian Robinson shooting, though, the 15-year-old was sentenced for. Let's go over to Fox 5's Stephanie Ramirez, who was in the...
This is the kid who shot the football player. Right on 8th Street. He shot him 2 blocks from where I used to hang at. On 8th Street. This guy shot this player, one of our favorite players on the Washington Commanders football team.
Wait, so this kid shot an NFL player?
Yeah, he shot the NFL for broad daylight on a busy business district on the main avenue. It's like 8th Street is like an avenue. Bars, shops, apartment buildings, everything.
Today, the 15-year-old who shot and wounded Commanders player Brian Robinson last summer was sentenced, ordered held until he's 21. It wasn't just Brian Robinson shooting, though, the 15-year-old was sentenced for. Let's go over to Fox 5's Stephanie Ramirez, who was in the courtroom with the latest. Hi, Steph.
Jim, and the 15-year-old we're talking about today, he was also involved in another case. Now, we are not allowed to name him because of strict privacy laws in the District of Columbia involving juveniles, but he did plead guilty and was sentenced today in the fatal shooting of another D.C. teenager. This is a 15-year-old.
So he shot the ball player in broad daylight, just shot him, tried to take his car, didn't get the car, so they shot him. There's video of that shit, like bystanders coming and fucking helping the ball player. He killed another teen, and he'll be home when he's 21.
Named Andre Robertson, who was killed in Northeast D.C. this past October. It's his family that was in court today, and they spoke after, saying they feel D.C.'s laws need to change.
Lawmakers need to change the rule with these juveniles, period. They need to get them life in jail if they do the crime. They need to do the time. Like, committed to 21 ain't nothing. Like I said, he can still come back out here with his family and do whatever he want to do.
Andre can't.
My son can't. My son can't do it no more.
Hey, I feel like Stunner said, who did you vote for, though? Like Stunner be saying, who did you vote for, though?
Who do you think she voted for? What do you think? She voted.
I think she voted for Trump.
Down the line on everything. She voted for anything that was pro-criminal. Remember, they just changed the criminal code in D.C. Remember? She voted for all that shit. These people voted for all. These people aren't politically savvy though. So
a sister in D.C. That's 99.9999999% Democrat. You might have the one outlier in all of D.C.
Maybe.
And that's AP, and that's the only one.
My son can't do it no more.
And Taisha Lucas was there also the day her son was killed. That case involves 3 shooters. The same teen suspect was also charged in the shooting and attempted robbery.
They have him on camera shooting that ball player. This is him. This is right here. This is him shooting that ball.
Her son was killed. That case involves 3 shooters. The same teen suspect was also charged in the shooting and attempted robbery of Commanders player Brian Robinson. The 2 crimes happening just a few months apart. Now, committed until 21, so in this case, about 6 years. That is the max sentence under D.C.'s juvenile laws. Attorneys argued for a 2-year commitment, claiming that the teen suffered past trauma and was immediately ready to take responsibility. They also claimed that the system failed him, mentioning the family trying to get D.C. housing to help them get out of a bad neighborhood. It was an emotional day in court today.
So because D.C. housing didn't help them move into your neighborhood, gliders.
That whole statement, is the problem with everything. Literally, that sums it up for me anyway.
Yeah.
Like everything they just said sums up my problem with everything.
Everything somebody else's fault. You needed to move them to another.
The trauma that he endured, experiment. Shut the fuck up.
What would he do if you moved him to a better neighborhood? What would he do there? He would
burglarize that bitch.
Yeah, he would terrorize those people, man. And those people are not equipped for somebody like him. Like, at least in the stand, you ready for him a little bit. Those people in that better neighborhood they would move him to would be fucking sitting ducks. Salute to Furio. He says, for the Supreme Sun Court. If I ran America, you'd be king of the blacks and we would have peaceful trade relations. Listen, man, you don't want to make me king of the blacks, man. I would stop this shit instantly. Tomorrow, this shit will be done. I'm talking about lashes. I'm bringing back lashes. Fuck time. No more. We'll do jail sentences, but we're going to fix this at the end of a whip because the immediacy of the Sun Man's mind, the way the Sun Man's mind works, it has to be addressed immediately. They don't understand out on bond, a trial in 2-3 years. We don't our minds, we only understand immediate in your face. It has to be addressed immediately. That's the way our brains work too.
I sent that chat in. I have a theory about what white people are.
You breaking up. Drop out and come back. You breaking up.
All right.
Hey, I'm gonna throw it out, but let me say this real quick, if you don't mind. Like I said earlier, I had a long fucking day, but being here, man, you're the man, brother. You be safe.
Yeah, salute to you, man. Peace out.
The same teen suspect was also charged in the shooting and attempted robbery of Commanders player Brian Robinson, the two crimes happening just a few months apart. Now, committed until 21, so in this case, about 6 years, that is the max sentence under DC's juvenile laws. Attorneys argued for a 2-year commitment, claiming that the teen suffered past trauma and was immediately ready to take responsibility. They also claimed that the system failed him, mentioning the family trying to get DC housing to help them get out of a bad neighborhood. It was an emotional day in court today. Andre Robertson's 92-year-old great-great-grandmother was also shot, grazed in the foot that day that her grandson
shot his grandmother. He shot the boy he killed. He also shot his grandmother.
Hey man, look, look. As times get tougher, as stuff will get more expensive, as things will happen around here, as you know, a lot of police departments will somewhat, start to lose a lot more people, and this starts to come to a lot of people's areas that, voted to be quote unquote more progressive, whatever, a lot of people are catching on now, bro, and a lot of people are not going to stand for this shit once they really see it.
We're so far away from that, man.
Oh no, give it 10 years, man. Like we're still 10 years away from that shit.
Okay. As long as you're not talking about
no, not right now. That shit ain't happening right now, bro. You gotta more bodies have to drop, more stupid shit has to happen, whatever. But give it 10 years when we're in a bad spot. Oh man, you might be right. They may bring back lasting shit.
Here's the only problem with your 10-year theory, which I do think I can resonate with that more than the shit that other people be talking about on here. Let's just say 10 years, right? Golly, man, look at how much damage they've done in these last 3 years.
It's gonna take a lot of damage, man. It's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get way worse, not worse. It's only gonna get way worse before it gets even better, man. It's only gonna get way worse. It sucks to hear, but yeah, no, I agree with you. Some people are saying oh man, this and that, whatever. 3 years, we had enough. No, man. No one's gonna understand this shit until 10 years from now. It's gonna be until I'm 30.
Damn.
All right, once
people
grow up.
On how white people are, though, the level to which white people have accepted blame for the of black.
Yo, man, you talk too fucking slow, man. You gotta get a speech therapist before you come back up here and you break it up, man. I'm gonna give you the night off, man. I'll talk to you next time, man. Thanks, Hank Hill, for your contribution tonight, though, man.
In all honesty, I think, and I know older generations say the whole thing, but I really think it's gonna become up to some of the younger guys like my age. I'm being dead serious too. Older guys are gonna have a big say in it too, but you know, Gen Z's not dumb. Like a lot of us understand this shit. Shit, you have Gen Z himself, Mr. Janquavius himself, doing this shit, bringing out more. What's it called? More show to all this to a lot of different people. So I mean, it's gonna happen at some point. It's not gonna be in next week. It's not gonna be in a year. It's not gonna be in 5 years. But I really think it's gonna take at least a decade for people to just get a scene to it and being like, oh shit,
they gotta be pushed to
yes,
the limit.
yes. No, we have not been pushed to. We're getting pushed. Like we're getting pushed, but like we have not been pushed to the limit yet. 10 fucking years. Once it gets real bad, man. I'm talking like lots of people are running out the cities, quote unquote, white flight like crazy.
But here's the problem, though. Here's the problem with white flight, though.
What's up?
Now, because of low income housing in the suburbs and the fact that some people live everywhere now.
No, that's what I'm saying.
There's nowhere to flight to.
That's what I'm saying too. Once people realize, oh shit, it's all over the place now. I would just say this and that and keep them in their area. Damn, now they're everywhere. Fuck, now we actually gotta act on this. Now we can't be nice no more. Fuck.
Yeah.
Hey man, make Gliders great again, man.
Yeah, man. Salute.
Robertson's 92-year-old great-great-grandmother was also shot, grazed in the foot that day that her grandson was killed. They were heading out to a store. Here she is.
He was my helper. He'd go to the store, he'd go get my food. I needed water, laying there in the bed, whatever I needed. Andre was there to get it for me. He was a good child.
Guys, we talked about two of them, but one sentencing hearing today was actually covering 3 different cases, all involving a firearm. Prosecutors saying that these were the 15-year-old's 3rd, 4th, and 5th contacts with the district system, and that he also has a history in Maryland. Andre's family tells me that their loved one was killed over a simple social media message, and they also say that the 15.
So he killed that kid and shot his grandmother over a tweet.
I tell you what, if you get a t-shirt business and balloon business combined together, and you live on the periphery of a Sun community, you're making bank.
I'm telling you, man. Definitely, man. And a funeral home too. Shit, whoever sells embalming fluid is making fucking bank. Like, Jesus Christ, man. Killed this kid over a tweet and then shot star running back on the fucking Washington Commanders football team. And shot this kid's grandmother.
Tells me that their loved one was killed over a simple social media message, and they also say that the 15-year-old pled guilty and was sentenced on involuntary manslaughter today after taking a plea deal. He was originally arrested and charged on first-degree murder. The judge told the teen today that he should have hope, that while it may seem a lot being held until you're 21, that is actually not a lot of time for the crimes that brought us all here today.
Hold on, the judge told the guy who shot the football player and shot that teen over a tweet and his grandmother, the judge told him what?
Social media message, and they also say that the 15-year-old pled guilty and was sentenced on involuntary manslaughter today after taking a plea deal. He was originally arrested and charged on first-degree murder. The judge told the teen today that he should have hope, that while it may seem a lot being held until you're 21, that is actually not a lot of time for the crimes that brought us all here today. We'll have more at 6:30.
Oh my God, the judge gave him a pep talk. Listen, man. This is why I'm saying. Now you see what I'm saying, Cook County, like, yo, judge gave that kid a pep. Cheer up, man. It's not that bad, man. You'll be out in no time.
Hey, what would you think if that was
a glider? Oh my God,
Cartel, or how about this? What about a tiger?
Oh my God, this would be racism. See, look, Dad, they cheated. Look how the difference between they treat our kids and the different way they treat their kids. They just throw our kids away. And look, they cut it out. It be all that shit, man. I mean,
Oh man, we're
man.
so fucked, man. God
Woo!
damn it. It's already bad, man. It's already like DEFCON, 2 everywhere, but
Woo.
shit.
It's bad, Jack.
The U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force arrested more than 100 dangerous fugitives that were hiding out in the Milwaukee area. It was during a 30-day operation.
The goal here was to help reduce some of the violent crime that's happening in our community. Fox 6's Angelica Sanchez was the only local television reporter along for the ride.
A little after 5 a.m., the bitter cold of a January morning cuts through downtown Milwaukee. Members of the U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force gather in a parking lot for Operation North Star. They are on the last days of a 30-day mission.
The Attorney General selected cities experiencing high rates of violent crimes.
And Milwaukee fits the
high rates of black people. There, I fixed it.
That cities experiencing high rates of violent crimes.
And Milwaukee fits the bill. Homicides in 2022 were more than double what they were in 2019. Fox 6 was the only television station invited to ride along with the task force as they look for fugitives wanted for crimes like homicide, sexual assault, and firearm-related offenses. This is a behind-the-scenes look at the operation that arrested 114 violent fugitives hiding in the Milwaukee area.
But having an impact on combating violent crime is what the United States Marshals Service does through its fugitive operations.
We rode along with Supervisory Deputy U.S. Marshal Scott Keller. Photojournalist Eddie Poser and I were given bulletproof vests.
Good. Our primary focus is doing everything safe and making sure everybody goes home at the end of the day.
Around 6 a.m., the team gathers to discuss the first fugitive.
You're muted up.
Can you hear that? Can you guys hear that? They're saying they can't hear.
No, I
hear fine. I hear fine. It's loud, crisp, and everything. This is what I was talking about, though. When you're asleep in your bed, sucking your thumb and dreaming about fucking Genie, these motherfuckers are out here kicking in the bad guy's door.
Like I've always told people, like, I don't think you guys realize like how much shit is done for you while you're fucking asleep, while you're at work, while you're not even conscious of it. You don't even know about it. Like you're seeing it. You're seeing it right now. For some people who are actually surprised by this, like there's so much shit that's actually done to put like motherfuckers away that are doing this shit. That what's it called? If police were abolished or any kind of other authority was abolished, that what's it called? Oh yeah, I could go get them. I'll get them my damn self. No, you wouldn't.
Hell no.
All right, they'll smoke your grandmother, and you won't. You'll find out about it five hours later.
Yeah,
if police were on strike for a week, they would be begging for help within 10 hours.
200%.
Yeah,
200%, bro.
It wouldn't be a day. Listen, just think about the domestic calls, which are the most common calls. Some fucking whore, cop-hating whore, bitching about her boyfriend trying to fucking take her head off. That's the most common call they get. Imagine no police, not defunded, but no police. It would be insane. Women would be fucking down at the police station demanding that the police go off strike.
Hey, well, what we got now, most women are strong and independent, so I personally would say I think she'd be able to handle it herself.
Yeah.
Fugitive on a long list. 37-year-old Devon Smith. He's wanted for aggravated battery to the elderly with a gun.
Second-degree sexual assault of a child, battery, possession of a controlled substance.
It's crucial they are briefed on any potential dangers to the team. The team splits up and heads to Smith's apartment.
Our major goal is to try to arrest, seize as many firearms as we can.
We pull into West Allis. The team covers all corners of this apartment building.
Evan Smith, you have a warrant. U.S. Marshals, come to the door. Open it up to her now.
Smith is refusing to come out.
Or your door will be breached.
After a few minutes, U.S. Marshals bust in. Smith is taken into custody. This is what's left of the door. Inside, U.S. Marshals find an airsoft gun and 2 crack pipes.
We'll get it off the streets so he can't use it for anything else.
We try to get some of the guns off the streets that are possessed illegally. You know, I could tell you over the course of a calendar year and even during these operations, I mean, the amount of guns that we come across and seize simply by going out and arresting fugitives is crazy.
So they do this all in different cities. This task force goes to different cities and just hits them hard, boom, locking up all the fugitives. And they probably have like 90, let's just say they do 1,000 of these raids on houses. It probably goes, they probably have successful, no issues, maybe what, 900 of them? And then 100 of them, there's probably some kind of minor issue, maybe a tussle, or like this one, the guy wouldn't come out. And then in about maybe 1 or 2, someone gets killed or severely beaten. And that's the one that everyone focuses on.
The amount of guns that we come across and seize simply by going out and arresting fugitives is crazy.
Around 8 a.m., the team goes out in search of another fugitive thought to be hiding out near Wauwatosa. He is wanted for firearm-related offenses in Milwaukee. Because human behavior is unpredictable, this team approaches each door knock with tactics and caution. A search of the home comes up empty. Keller says the target took off days prior. It's time for the next name on the list.
He does have a history of having firearms.
They brief each other again and head to another location.
Come downstairs now! Sir, we'll talk to you at the front door.
It's around 8:30 in the morning, and the team has learned that their target is not home, so it's time to reassess and move on to the next person on the fugitive list.
The team struck out several times.
Just missed him again.
Keller tells us this is all part of the investigation process.
Some of the addresses that we went to were not necessarily bad addresses. We just maybe missed them by a couple of days, missed them by a week. That happens. It's kind of part of the game.
Breadcrumbs of information are followed until they can find a new lead to the fugitive's whereabouts.
If we can go knock on the door and the subject of our investigation.
You're muted.
The thing about these guys do all this shit, right? They do all this shit just for some fucking boon shika judge with a fucking law degree from fucking some HBCU to let the fucking Sun Man go the next day. Think about that shit, man. Or some fucking pasty liberal glider, bleeding heart glider fucking judge to let the motherfucker go the next day after they do all this shit fucking tracking them down. That shit is criminal.
Investigation comes walking out and says, "Here I am. Let's go to jail." It's the best day that we can ask for.
Army number 1, come to the door and answer the door.
And that's exactly what happened here. A Milwaukee woman wanted for multiple charges of recklessly endangering safety surrenders to the task force, bringing our ride-along to an end. In just 30 days, this task force took 114 violent fugitives into custody.
It's safe to assume that because...
That's a lot of people, man.
Yeah, how much safer that city is now. It does a shithole. It's a violent shithole.
Now imagine they stop.
Think about how much safer it is, even though it's a shithole.
No. But hey, imagine they stop now. Like that whole force, that whole U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force. They
like
just stop. Put a halt to it. What's it called?
Like the Scorpion unit.
Yup. They just put a halt to it. Not even a halt. They said disband.
Oh God.
The DAs and all that said, fuck this, disband it. We've had enough. Racist.
Oh my God. You talk about crime going through just like Memphis. Where just even the basketball players start thugging.
People going 120 down side streets.
Yeah, man.
Fugitives into custody.
It's safe to assume that because of the arrests that were made, there were crimes that did not take place.
This operation may be over, but this team does not rest.
Our main goal is to try to curb some of the violence that's going on. and we're only a small piece of the puzzle.
They will continue to investigate the whereabouts of those still on the run, because it's only a matter of time before they are caught. With photojournalist Eddie Poser, Angelica Sanchez, Fox 6 News.
And then it's
Today, the
only a matter of
15-year-old
time that a fucking DA lets him out.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time before the woke judge says, well, you know what? He still got his whole life ahead of him. House arrest.
Good afternoon. I'm Mary Calvi. Now
1 year
on
in jail.
CBS 2 and streaming on CBS News New York. Breaking news at this hour as the search continues for the man suspected of murdering a bodega clerk on the Upper East Side late Friday night. Investigators say that same suspect surfaced again in the Bronx a half hour later to rob another deli. Today, we're learning that valuable evidence may have been recovered near the second crime scene. CBS 2's Doug Williams is in the Bronx with the very latest. Doug.
Mary, the description of the suspect, white hazmat suit and black mask. And police sources say that late last night here in the Bronx, the suspect came in through the apartment complex that you can see behind me and disposed of, they believe via their own surveillance video, disposed of that white hazmat suit in the dumpsters behind me. And all of it happening less than a half mile away from where that Bronx robbery took place. Now in the possession of the NYPD, the suit was taken to a forensic lab for processing of prints and DNA. According to sources, police believe the suspect may live here in the Bronx due to his apparent familiarity with the area. But police are investigating whether the suspect may be responsible for more than just the crimes committed last Friday night in Manhattan and here in the Bronx. 2 robberies in Brooklyn, one on February 25th and the other on March 1st, were also committed by a man in a hazmat suit, according to police. The crime rampage of the suspect, including the murder of a 67-year-old bodega worker on the Upper East Side, has deli workers across the city fearful for their safety.
Even my customers are scared coming in here sometimes. I got our guns in my head. I'm used to it.
I think we need some security at the doors, especially the store that's open 24 hours.
It's a risk anytime you work behind the counter and don't have the petition.
Police sources say they have not.
This guy's still out there. And they're going to need a squad, just like the squad we just covered, to go find his ass.
Yet released to the public the surveillance video that led them to these dumpsters and trash cans behind me where they believe the hazmat suit was disposed of, and no arrests still have been made in this case. Mary?
Doug.
And good evening. We thank you for joining us tonight.
Tonight, breaking news from East Cleveland. Several police officers indicted and new concerns tonight about how the city will protect itself.
The city held a news conference this afternoon to outline the issue. We'll have more on that in just a moment. But first, Neil Fisher begins our team coverage with details of what those indictments include. Neil, good evening.
Hey, good evening, Russ. We've just learned in the last couple of minutes that one of the East Cleveland police officers that left for a job on Illyria's police force has been fired after today's indictments were unveiled. He's one of 11 former and current East Cleveland officers that were indicted today.
Tonight, 11 more East Cleveland police officers indicted for unlawful conduct.
There has been a cancer growing in the East Cleveland Police Department.
Over the last 7 months, 16 East Cleveland police officers have been indicted for 31 incidents of unlawful conduct. Charges include felonious assault, interference with civil rights, tampering with evidence, obstructing justice, and theft in office. Cuyahoga County Prosecutor Michael O'Malley saying these all happened under former Police Chief Scott Gardner.
Clearly, based upon the sheer number, you were probably seeing individuals who were hired, who were taught by people who ought not be teaching.
The prosecutor estimates that the East Cleveland Police Department has 20 officers to patrol the streets.
I'd rather have 20 good cops than 40 bad cops.
East Cleveland City.
No, you wouldn't, you fucking wretch.
Has she
Shut
been
up.
to Africa wearing all this shit?
Fuck no. She couldn't find Africa on a map.
Does she even know where she may have originated from? What part of Africa?
She's Egypt. She thinks she's Egyptian.
Oh, she thinks she built a pyramid.
Yeah, she's a pyramid builder. I'd rather have right. And the main motherfuckers calling police is these fucking women when their fucking boyfriend fucking raises his voice. he raises his voice, she calls the fucking cops.
She'd be hysterical if these cops were gone, man. If every single one was. Jesus
I'd
Christ.
rather have 20 good cops than 40 bad cops.
East Cleveland City Council President Juanita Gowdy emotional as she looks towards a brighter future for her community.
I really appreciate everything that y'all are doing for East Cleveland. You're giving us hope today.
The FBI is involved in the investigation as well. Special Agent Gregory Nelson said they want to collect more information, asking for tips of abuse by East Cleveland police officers.
Protecting the civil rights of our citizens will and always was or has been a priority or top priority of the FBI. And we will uphold the accountability for all people, regardless of their title or position.
Tonight, questions remain about how that police department moves forward and protects their residents. With that, Bree Buckley continues our breaking news coverage live from East Cleveland, where police wrapped up a news conference a short time ago. Hello, Bree.
Hello to you, Neil. Yeah, the mayor actually just spoke out, just finished talking a few moments ago. He says that he's thanking the prosecutor for all of these indictments and says that he's committed to improving the department. Just a few minutes before that, East Cleveland City Council held a press conference asking for help. And that was just hours after those additional officer indictments were announced. They want the Cuyahoga County Sheriff's Office to come out and help the department here until they can address the issue and work things out. Now, I'll have much more on this coming up.
So the police department's about to get woke as shit.
Yeah,
They're woke.
And it's a shortage of right now. There's a shortage.
There's a shortage everywhere. In all honesty, there's a shortage everywhere. So it's about to get even more of a shortage. It's gonna get woke as shit. Something may happen to that woman, and then she's gonna be the first one crying out.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, man.
Let them have it.
Hey, Hank, I'm gonna let you have the last word, man. Oh God, never mind. Let's salute everybody, man. Take it easy, man. Peace out.
Peace.